Is it me, or is this a really long elevator?
If I remember correctly, the Backrooms are supposed to play off an endless maze concept, correct?
Kinda.
What do you mean, kinda?
There's supposed to be an exit to the Backrooms, and there's multiple levels you can ascend to so you can reach that exit.
And of course, no maze is complete without a few monsters.
Well, no need to fear because the world's best security guard is here.
That's all the more reason to fear.
The elevator just stopped moving?
Looks like it's our stop.
Oh, wow.
Is there any inventory in this game? I wish I never asked.
Record the entity during a blackout. Find VHS tapes.
We got a sanity level 2. Well, we already lost that with Joe over here.
So this is the fabled Backrooms, huh?
I can smell the cigar smoke and stained carpet through the screen.
See how it just seemingly goes on and on?
Wait, I have a camera? This is the camera?
Talk about high quality. This is insane.
It's like I'm an excavator digging through tunnels. Yeah, this is going to be a problem.
Well, we already know it's going to be a problem. The objective said there was an entity roaming around these rooms.
You also have to collect 6 VHS tapes to move on to the next level.
Is this one of them right here on the floor?
Looks like a VHS tape to me.
I wonder what horrors lie on this thing. Does it update when I pick up a tape?
Yeah, it does.
Cool, so we just need 5 more and to find whatever Minecraft spawn exists down here.
Better put on the joggers.
Is that another tape right there? Man, this is going to be a piece of cake.
I still wouldn't be getting too ahead of yourself. We have an unknown entity that we have to capture on camera.
And they'll get pummeled like they always do. Wait, is this the exit?
No, this is just a hiding hole, in case something starts chasing after us.
Awfully cramped in here. Or Donald's just taking up all the space for a nap.
Not my fault that was made to store wine vats or something, but that'll be handy when we have to... What is this?
Gonna be honest, do not know. Probably shouldn't fall down them, though.
Is it safe to walk across them, at least?
We're gonna hope that I didn't drink at the New Year's party because we're tightrope walking across this floor.
Just don't look down.
Ugh! Is there a toilet leak on the second floor?
Maybe we got the bathrooms after this.
We can worry about the next...
What the... Oh, that's just some drawing on the wall.
This environment is like walking around an old bank hallway.
I think what contributes is that you can hear the slight hum of the ceiling lights constantly stir in the background.
Does this pointed tape lead to absolutely nothing? Except another tape. I'll take that.
So, Joe, I think you said that you've never seen this game before, right?
I haven't played this specific Backrooms game, but I have played several Backrooms games before. With that being said, I also think I know what the entity might look like, basing it off several games in the past.
These walls got me strafing like I'm in R6 right now. Okay, we can get the tape.
So what exactly do we have on this creature?
I don't know yet. We haven't seen it.
Yeah, but you said that you've played other Backrooms games, so I'm assuming they'd use similar assets.
From what I remember, the creature was super tall and made a lot of noise when it got close to you.
So the Geico Caveman?
No, well, the shoe fits, but...
Yeah, it's the Geico Caveman.
All right, we only need one more tape, yeah?
Yeah, and it's right here. Honestly, this was kind of a letdown. There wasn't even a monster or anything. What the...
You sure about that, Donald?
You heard that too, right, Obama?
I still do!
I'm getting out of here!
Get into that hole, Don!
He's right behind us!
Why is he the one screaming?
Just get into the wall.
Oh,
What the...
That's the monster?
What is that thing?
A Taco Bell spork is what's roaming around here?
I think Harry Potter tripped on a coat hanger and we got that.
Well, if it's not obvious, that's the entity that we have to be aware of.
No kidding. He sounds like he was locked away in a Minecraft cave.
Oh, right. We have to film this thing.
Come out, plughead. I got a fresh chalupa for you.
Donald, why did you whistle?
How else am I supposed to get him over here?
Well, he's thumping, all right.
Not fast enough. Now he's here.
My goodness, that is such an interesting build.
This thing does 6 days of cardio and eats ice cubes for protein.
If fasting was a person...
What the... a rice cake?
We have
Is
way
this the
bigger
blackout?
problems to worry about right now.
Obama, no. This is the blackout we need. We got to record that thing now.
You better go, because blackouts don't last very long.
I hear him around the corner. Do not notice me.
He's massive.
You got it now, run!
He saw me!
He saw!
That was the first time that thing ever lifted something in his existence.
Must be a lot stronger than we think if he can lift all 3 of us.
My turn, Donald.
Beat down that stupid Ethernet cord.
I'll be honest, until the last tape, we pretty much had everything under control. We just got to keep track of the hiding spots, and we should be good.
The problem was when I had to act as cameraman around a radioactive Type-C charger.
Well, just consider that a warm-up round. Now that we know what to expect, this will be the run.
By the way, while Monsters Incorporated was hunting me down, I ended up picking a rice cake up off the ground.
I'm assuming we have some sort of food or health bar we don't know about.
Record a smiler on the Pitfalls?
Was that the boxes of Abyss that I ran across earlier?
Well, we just so happened to spawn right in front of it this time.
If you decide to walk over them, just remember to keep your balance.
Wait, there's more over there too? Looks like we got a lot of room to explore. Guess we should get started then.
I still don't understand what the point of the tape was for. It just leads us to a bungalow of death.
Bungalow or not. Oop! Got a tape right here.
You were saying, Barack?
I'm going to try to be as agile as possible. Old salad fingers ain't going to catch me slipping.
There's help written on the wall. Do we have friends in this game where I can steal their things and push them down the pitfalls?
You're saying that like you almost look forward to encountering that situation.
There's a good chance I might be, Joe. There's a good chance I might be.
I'm not a big fan of this openness at all. I don't know if it's because there's no holes to duck in or no walls to juke the monster out, but I just don't like it.
Well, we all know if worse comes to worse, we can just jump down the clearing. It's
I'm
better
going
than
for
getting
it.
used like
Jump!
a toothbrush.
Funny enough, when you got all 6 tapes, that's when the monster started tracking you down from a ways away.
Did he have a scouter or something to find my power level?
If that happens again, make sure to keep a wall handy.
That's the main reason why I didn't like that open area. It was like his stomping ground.
Anywhere is his...
He's right there!
Remember the hole back there?
He's
Try
as
to find
loud
it
as a
right
fire
now.
alarm.
Where's the hole?
Barack, hide!
Here it is!
Get in there because he's sprinting like Noah Lyles.
Is the coast clear? Are we good?
Wait around a couple minutes. We don't need to rush. See? He just passed gas, and that indicates he's still close to us.
This is a dumb question, but he can't crawl in here, right?
I really couldn't tell you, but theoretically, if he could, he would have done it the first time during Donald's playthrough.
I cannot tell how far away he is because he keeps grunting like a caveman.
It was louder when he was right next to me, so all I'm saying is that we probably got half a Long John Silver's of distance between us.
Certainly an interesting choice on measuring distance.
I want to leave already, but the lion roars in the distance are super unsettling. Like, what if I go a few feet and he's right behind me?
He's right behind me, isn't he? Is what you're going to say.
Okay. Actually, I'm not going to go yet. I'm just so hesitant.
Ain't nothing else but to do it.
I can still hear him. It's whatever, I guess. Just slowly back up. Now let's back up at a normal speed. And we're out of there.
Wait, Obama, this is perfect. Now we have the other side to explore, and that monster is still roaming around over there.
That's assuming that this game is following physics and doesn't teleport him once we get farther away from him. Also, we're still not sure if he's the only monster in here.
Apparently not, because we have to record a smiler on the pitfalls. Now don't ask me what all that means.
I guess we're about to find out.
And now it's dark?
Where am I
Try
at?
to find a hole in the wall, Obama. We don't want to run around in the dark.
That's what I'm trying to do. I just hope we have enough distance between Metal Man back there.
Deep breaths, Barack. You can't lose yourself in a panic. That'll just make things worse.
I'm trying. What is that?
It had a huge smiling mouth. Is that the smiler that we need to take a picture of?
Go to the pitfalls. I think that's what we need to take a picture of.
I'm right here. I just got to be careful on these ledges.
Now what?
Wait, there's one right there. Do I just pull out my camera?
I think so. Is there a record button or anything?
There! It said I recorded the smiler. All we got to do is collect the rest of the VHS tapes.
Don't do it yet. At least wait until the lights are back on, because you do not want that thing coming at you full throttle.
No, I actually thought about inviting him over here to play laser tag in the dark.
With your track record, I wouldn't bet against it.
Is this the last VHS? This is the last VHS.
He didn't even come.
And as soon as you say
Hole in
something,
the wall.
Donald...
Now!
I didn't think it would be a problem.
Get in! Get in! He's right
Move,
there!
Obama!
You're not even playing. Why are you telling him to move?
To remind him that someone is right behind him.
Yeah, because the loud maniacal screaming couldn't have told me that.
I'm not even scared anymore. I'm just upset that overgrown tree bark is what's causing us all this trouble.
This is the thing that went on when you played. What happens now?
Nothing, I think. Only a big red light went off, a very bright light, and that was it.
I'm hoping that's all that happens. We don't need to be turned into cable feeder for a zip tie.
Every time I look at this thing, it just makes me mad. Like he put all his stat points into height.
It is a very interesting build, I must admit.
Like Obama, doesn't this upset you? The big bad of this game is nothing more than a wire cutter victim?
I'm not roasting him just in case we fall in here for real.
Walking around this place like you're King Kong. Buddy, you're barely a display case in Circuit City.
Are you done?
With your jackhammer arm and toilet bowl head, you look like a chewed-up bread tag.
Got one more left in you?
I hope the next meal I eat, the weight will go to you, because you need it, long neck.
He didn't take that one too kindly.
I'm just giving him suggestions on how to improve himself. Maybe he should also think about trying out this new discovery called a squat.
You always make sure to pick the most random objects to have beef with.
Once he's a bit farther away, I'm popping this coffee and I'm making a run for it.
Do we know what the coffee even does?
Whatever it does, I doubt it can be really harmful to us.
Not if it has cream in it.
We're going now. Time to bust out of here.
I'll be really transparent here, Obama. I don't think me or Joe know the way back to the elevator, so this one's all on you.
Fine by me. I got another energy drink for the road. I can't tell if this makes me faster or gives me unlimited stamina, but I'm not complaining.
I don't think you
That's
need
the
it.
elevator. I told you guys, this game has nothing on the world's best security
Donald!
guard. The very best.
You didn't do anything but sit down and insult anything that had a pulse. I didn't even hit the button because of you.
Either way, nice way to nab out a small victory, Barack. Now, I guess it's on to the next level.
Victory for Donald.
There is no way you're claiming victory after something I accomplished.
Of course not. We are claiming victory, just with my name in the front.
Slender Man, huh?
I think Rush Limbaugh was still in his prime when this came out.
It's time for a little bit of a throwback Tuesday for us. I know this has been a heavily requested game on the channel as well, so it'll be nice to throw in some variety there.
So we have an 8-foot-tall white man chasing after us as we try to collect some paper.
Don't let the media hear that one. They'll grab the pitchforks and hay before you even finish that sentence.
This is going to be a long day today.
Collect all 8 pages. Sounds simple enough. This is an older game, so I doubt it could be that complex.
There has to be something deathly ironic about collecting papers on trees.
Slender Man's hunting ground is the woods for a reason. Hard to tell if he's a tree or an entity from a distance.
This is going to sound really out of pocket, but why is Slender Man so pale and white?
Replace Slender Man with America, and you have every NBC story in the past 5 years.
Now replace America with Donald, and you'd have every Wall Street Journal story in the past 10 years.
Well, I just found this building, oddly placed in the middle of nowhere. And it looks like there's a page here as well.
What was that? Why was there a sound cue?
Possibly because we picked up the paper. Wait, what was that sound cue?
So now the race is on, huh? Is Slender Man prepping the pitcher's glove to try to swallow us whole?
Interesting analogy, but I do know that collecting the 8 pages technically activates him.
The golden rule is to not look at him, right?
Don't forget about walking away from him.
No, I was just going to run up to him and give him a bear hug.
You're a wild card, Obama. You'd be the type of guy to go on a Reddit, ask me anything, and answer questions about your policies.
I think you said that because you know I've done that.
See? Complete Looney Tune.
Donald, you're the type of guy to walk up to a poster of yourself and whisper, "Good job, Donald."
Obama, you're the type of fellow to say oopsie poopsie when you make a mistake.
Why are you guys turning yourselves into Drake memes? Don't we have a horror game to play?
I'm not going to lie, I was kind of actually having fun.
Joe's the type of guy to remind the teacher to give the class homework.
Donald, you're the type of guy to hit on his own daughter and pretend it's normal.
You really want me to unvault the dementia jokes, Sleepy Joe?
All right, you win this time.
Oh, there he is.
Keep calm. There's no need to panic. Remember to not look directly at him and walk the opposite way.
Is there even an explanation as to why we're out here looking for papers?
If memory serves me correctly, I think it has to be based with the crime that happened because of the Slender Man story.
That's not entirely true, Barack.
Wasn't there a murder or something about it?
There was a stabbing, yes, but that isn't the whole reason why Slender Man came to exist. It was originally a photo altering competition on who could make subtle images look creepier. And that's where Slender Man was born, blending in with some trees.
So I guess that's why we're in the woods. Builds to his character background.
I'm still interested in that stabbing. People stabbed someone over this NBA player?
Don't look now, guys, but I found another page.
Just a few more, and we got ourselves a coloring book.
Great, only half the Harry Potter novel to go now.
Anyways, back during Barack's presidency, 2 girls lured their friend into a forest and stabbed her over 19 times to please Slender Man, who's obviously fictional.
I forgot it was that many times. Yeah, that was a crazy week in the media.
Notice how it happened under Obama, not me.
Donald, we're talking about a plot to kill someone over internet folklore. Stop comparing our Johnson sizes.
You would probably lose that regardless, Donald, no offense.
There's a joke to be interpreted there somewhere. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't pull it out.
The joke is tempting, isn't it, Barack?
Yeah, I'm just going to keep it family friendly for now. My daughters are probably watching this.
Again, for the people at home who are allowing their kids to watch us unattended, we are not their babysitters. It is legally not our responsibility to tend to your children. So don't blame us when they start insulting old men for being creepy.
I think I'm going in circles, Joe. I could have swore I already looked through this building. It doesn't really help that the entire forest looks the exact same.
Yeah, I feel like we're playing an HD version of Minecraft right now. Except we can't mine anything, and Slender Man is just a whitewashed hero brine.
Also, for being a horror game, we've only seen Slender Man appear once. The scare factor isn't really here so far. It's just been a really dark scavenger hunt.
I would still really like to know what compelled this guy to go looking for, I don't know, buried treasure or something in Yellowstone National Park while it's witching hour.
I'd be more curious about the thunder that keeps going off at a set time. Yellowstone must be under the wrath of Percy Jackson or something.
It's not even been 5 minutes, and I feel like an old grandma knitting sweaters and gossiping with the bingo club. You're right, Joe. This will be a long video.
Obama, open those eye sockets of yours. Another page.
We now have enough pages for a Vogue magazine. I think it's safe to say that we really are moving up in the world.
Now, this is a horseshoe toss, Joe, but is it safe to assume that the more pages we get, the more aggressive Slender Man becomes?
That I'm really not certain of. This is a pretty basic game, but even then, it would only be safe to assume so.
We must be stealing his diary or something. Secret information about what he does with those tentacles of his on a Thursday night.
And just like that, the IARC just revoked our E for Everyone status.
Realistically, we didn't deserve it.
Did you hear the stuff we were saying at the start of this whole thing? Some of the stuff you said was practically unfit for human ears.
Donald, now is not the time to start complaining like a grocery store mom. I'm trying not to get strangled by Wembanyama over here.
Imagine Shaq chasing you down, Donald.
Okay, we have the fourth paper and we're halfway there. Man, Bon Jovi really wasn't lying.
Oh, please, that's nothing like this scenario. Slender Man is like Shaq if he vomited Kevin Hart.
And now we have the fifth paper, too. This is starting to seem manageable, but I'm still concerned about Slender Man. Or better yet, the lack of Slender Man.
What do you mean, lack of? The fact that he's only appeared once so far, and that was at the beginning of the game?
Pretty much. I don't know. I just don't want to get used to a more relaxed atmosphere. And then all of a sudden we get pulverized by him.
Well, that's why it's important to keep on your toes. You can take this with a grain of salt, but I believe that Slender Man has the power to teleport. I heard rustling sounds not too long ago. Always make sure to check your back.
Yeah, I will. It doesn't really help with all these options and pathways that I can go down. I feel like we might be chasing around these pages for the next 20 years.
I don't think I have enough time left for that, let alone Joe.
If you keep running in circles, eventually you're bound to find what's stopping you from forward progress.
That doesn't sound crazy. Don't look now, Obama, but I see another page on your left.
Yeah, I saw it. Again, for a game dubbed Slender Man, I'm not really seeing much of him. Not that I'm complaining, it's more of a curiosity.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, there's a seismic toss every 5 seconds. His mother must be around walking with him or something.
That's a very odd insult, Don.
Well, if there's Slender Man, there must be Wide Woman.
Sounds like a really bad superhero movie. Who would even be the main character in that?
Amy Schumer.
Huh, seems accurate.
Well, here's our 7th page, and still no sign of Slenderman.
Whoa!
Well, look who decided to show up for his own game.
You know, Donald, it would be kind of funny if it didn't come at my expense.
You handled that the best way you could, Barack. And on the bright side, we only have 1 page left, and then it's lights out for the tall guy.
Yeah, but the way Donald's irony has been rolling the dice so far, I don't even know if we'll make it that far.
We must be collecting the Wide Woman's secret recipes or something.
Why are you convinced they eat anything but souls?
She's eating something, that's for sure.
Master of good eats over here with a French fry hanging out of his mouth and a Diet Coke can on the table.
Hey, Slender Man, we have a whiny donkey over here that wants to eat wheat toast and go on morning jogs. You should come and meet him.
Do you have anything else better to do with your time, Donald? Oh, you cannot be serious right now.
No way that actually worked. Hey, Jeannie, come out from wherever you are and make me 50 years younger.
I don't think that's how reality is set to happen, Donald.
And make Joe younger, too. Why not?
But it is a very odd world that we live in.
Great. As soon as I start getting some paper, that's when he comes back with the milk.
I think it's funny how we didn't really see him all game, and then Donald has to open his mouth.
I guess comedy is illegal, everybody. Well, don't make a joke near Joe Biden. His administration will arrest you in public for the whole world to see.
You've made some very interesting stretches in your life, But that one has to be a record.
Guys, I am begging you right now. Please keep it quiet so I can try to focus and find this last page. I don't understand why it's so elusive, but apparently it's a track star.
I suppose that you're not asking too much. Again, just try to stay focused and peer around any corners where you think it could be lurking. It's not elusive as much as it is hard to spot.
There it is. Gotcha, you stupid paper.
There we go. Now what do we do?
That's it. We officially survived the night, gentlemen. Congratulations, Barack. It's not every day we can say that we beat something our first try.
Not gonna lie, I was getting really stressed at the end there. I thought everything was coming down to the wire. That wasn't so bad, though.
Slender Man can teleport, but he still can't catch us. Wide Woman must be holding him back.
Well, Wide Man, do you want to give it a shot?
And I'll beat it on the first try, just like Obama did. Your intern is going to edit that out, right?
Sure.
I can't believe we came back for all 5 nights. If I was this security guard, I would have burnt this place to the ground.
It's funny you mention that, Donald.
Sometimes people really gotta make ends meet.
I just worked the corner at that point. Hell, homelessness is better than this. And even then, there's a bunch of homeless shelters you could opt for.
Thanks to me. Meanwhile, if someone homeless ever set foot in Trump Tower, the bat signal would go off.
Actually, it's the Trump signal. And it goes off when anybody earning under 6 figures enters the building, not just homeless people.
Donald, that sounds like something a James Bond villain would do.
You're Tony Stark if he was built like a refrigerator.
Watch and learn, fellas. This is how a real security guard takes care of business.
How long do you give him, Joe?
I say 4 a.m.
Feeling generous, I see. I give him until 2. 3 at the max.
Wow, guys, thanks for being the supportive friends that I always need in my life.
Anytime, Don.
You can always count on us.
Sarcastic assholes.
So from my understanding, this place is haunted, right?
More or less. We haven't really paid attention to any other cameras, but on rare occasions, there are newspaper clippings that appear on the wall that talks about how 5 kids went missing at the restaurant.
So if the moving animatronics wasn't the selling point, we have missing children around the establishment. Yeah, I think our character is just dumber than a bag of hammers.
Think about it, Donald. That's why the animatronics move around, because they're haunted. They not only went missing, they were slaughtered.
Slaughtered? Who killed them?
That's a story for another day. Mind you guys, this is just the first game out of the series, and it gets very deep. I'm talking down the rabbit hole.
You sound like a Harry Potter fan, Joe. Are you going to pull uses me or something and drug my water?
Relax, Donald. He's not Bill Cosby.
Nice try, Bonnie, but the best security guard is back to carry us to the finish line.
Well, Barack and I both tried, and Freddy put a stop to our attempts. Third time could be the charm.
With your incompetence as a businessman and a president, it would be an absolute Hail Mary if you were able to pull off an upset.
Obama, stop mentioning my business failures when the only thing you managed remotely close to business was Obamacare. How did you let that bucket of cow shit run for so long?
You mean the program that got millions of people health care when they needed it?
There goes Obama again, give an inch, and he takes 8 years.
Shut it, the both of you. You guys are doing really good for your first time playing the game. Can you just agree to that?
No.
Shocker, you guys disagree.
Listen, you two, do you guys really think I was just sitting down in my cell, being as lazy as a man can be?
You could sit after what happened to you?
While you guys were being buffoons in a cannery, I was studying, scheming, plotting. Just crafting my plan of attack when it was finally my turn again.
What do you mean by that?
Sleepy Joe, what am I doing right now? Besides flickering the lights and checking Foxy, have you noticed a bit of pattern disruption in my behavior? Almost like it's been enhanced in a certain way?
Wait a damn minute. Are you cam stalling?
Cam Wadding?
Freddy has been our problem recently, sneaking in through the door when we let our guard down. I think Donald took note of this and looked up how to stop him.
As any good businessman would do. Unfortunately, it also came at the cost of seeing more unwanted fan art, and now I have to scalpel my eyes out.
Let me guess, Reddit?
Reddit.
That makes sense. Sorry for your loss.
I'm still lost. What's Cam watching?
Foxy, you annoying little shit.
It's cam watching, Barack. It means to rapidly check the cameras to stall the animatronics. It's pointless with Bonnie and Chica, but really helps with keeping Freddy away.
And when I saw how badly you guys were struggling, I saw it as a perfect fit for the best security guard. The very best.
So Donald saw something online and just copied it. Sounds pretty par for the course.
Obama, I know it's challenging for you to do this, but use your fucking brain. If something works for somebody else, why would you change the formula?
Don't get distracted. Freddy is still going to be a problem.
Whatever gets us through the night, I guess. Just don't be a sore loser if it ends up failing.
That would be too much like right.
3 a.m. and 50% power. Looking pretty good, Donald.
I'm trying to stay focused, but I'm just thinking about the story of this game. Like, how does this fucking establishment actually exist?
Well, going back to the newspapers, it says that the restaurant would close by the end of the year because of falling profits.
I thought horrible controversies were great for business, right, Donald?
Bonnie, fuck off. They are for me. I don't know what these clowns were doing, but they clearly didn't capitalize.
If you guys think this is nuts, just wait until we play the other games. It's like opening Pandora's box.
Oh, Foxy's out? Too bad the door was already closed, you fuckface.
Yeah, I never thought I would say this, but I'm starting to agree with Donald. What the actual hell are we playing?
Don't get lost trying to question video game logic. Remember, it's a wormhole you don't want to travel through.
Wait a damn minute. You're telling me this asshole knew about the missing kids and still went to work here?
Well, he read the job ad in the paper, and that's where the other article would have been. Safe to assume he knew about it?
Obama, a penny for your thoughts?
I tried defending him, but yet getting involved in a job like this requires negative brain power.
Glad we can agree on something. Bonnie, are you fucking serious?
Has Chica even showed up at the other door?
I don't think so, funny enough.
No, it's been the damn Looney Tune rabbit. He's been at the door at least 5 separate times.
You have good power for 4 a.m., but try not to use it all in a hurry.
I know, Joe, but I would prefer to keep away from the pile of piss known as Freddy.
Now that I think of it, this place is so run down. Imagine what those suits smell like.
I'd actually prefer not to imagine that, Obama.
You know how I said they ended up getting slaughtered? Guess where their remains ended up?
Yeah, I'm kind of glad the phone guy died.
No remorse, not in the slightest. He may not have even been involved in any of it, but if you have to be that fucking dumb to work here day in and day out and not notice rotting flesh seeping through the robots, that's just natural selection waiting to happen.
Kind of makes me wonder what else they did to that suit.
They 1,000% fucked Chica. Don't look at me like that. I was just saying what everybody was thinking.
You made it to 5 a.m.?
Of course I did. The best security guard can handle that easy of a task.
I'm surprised you didn't notice, Barack. Donald's been in the zone today. I guess he was serious about beating the night.
There's Chica, you fat sow. I missed your pretty face. Oh, and there's fucking Bonnie again. How many times is enough, you piece of garbage?
Oh boy, it might come down to the wire again.
When does it not come down to the wire at this point?
If the game screws me over again, I'm throwing Biden's head into the monitor.
Oh, what the hell, man?
In 0%? And power out.
Well, if I don't get to 6 a.m., you guys may say I'm coping, but I blame it on the game.
You're coping.
You got farther than all of us, though, so if it counts for anything, you're the best security guard in that respect.
That's some pity words, and you damn well know it.
You're damn right.
Well, here's where all the marbles get thrown into action.
Give me my 6 a.m.
Probably not how it works, Don, but worth a shot.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Let's go, man!
There's no fucking way you just did that.
Fresh out of jail and you whooped that night like nothing!
What can I say? It comes with the territory of being the best security guard in the whole wide world. Wait, $120?
Ouch.
That's it? That's how much I got paid?
Yep, this was set in 1993, so it's minimum wage.
Oh, eat my fucking ass, you sack of shit.
Are we playing the 6th night too?
Yeah, can we just move on? I'm done staring at Bonnie's stupid fucking face.
We'll let the audience decide. Should we play night 6 or not?
Or just ignore me, that works too.
Tell us in the comments below.
I hate all of you. I'm really sick of seeing these polished microwaves.
You know what time it is, gentlemen. Time for the custom night.
Why did we skip last game's custom night? But we're playing this one.
Unlike last game, this game has a pre-made set of challenges for us to throw our hat into the ring. For example, they have the hardest difficulty for the first game, but adapted to this game's play style.
Well, isn't that great? I get fucked by old robots and new clothing. Quite the improvement we have there.
And instead of bitching on the menu, Donald's now complaining on the custom night selection. Also quite the improvement.
Save semantics for later. Donald, since you're the world's best security guard, do you want to attempt 420?
You were the best at the first game, after all.
I'll beat it first try. Joe won't even be able to fall asleep before I get it done.
I swore you said this about night 6.
I don't recall.
How convenient.
So the only ones active are the withered animatronics, right?
Right, so you only have to worry about flashing Foxy and putting on the mask for all the others.
I assume the music box is still active?
Yep, that's the one animatronic that you cannot alter difficulties. The music box is always set to a default speed.
Got it. Music box, Freddy mask, and flashing down the hallway. Piece of cake.
Haven't you eaten a bit too many pieces, Don?
Another fat joke from Obama here. You know, with how much of your liberal agenda is composed of people who look like obese worms, you think you'd avoid those jokes.
I make exceptions for you, of course.
Need I remind you of your comments you made about Barack's presidency, Donald?
Oh, so it's a crime now to criticize a president's moral approach to tackling societal dilemmas. Joe Biden's America, everybody, where the First Amendment is completely destroyed right in front of your eyes.
I'm not saying it's free of criticism, but when you call him the most ignorant president of our history, you sound like a complete fucking dingbat.
Even if that ridiculous statement was true, you usurped that role from me, Don.
Do you remember when he claimed that you founded ISIS?
I most certainly do. In fact, Michelle and I were discussing it the other day during brunch. It's like the village idiot drank lighter fluid and pissed in a fire.
And even he would still be smarter than Donald.
Do you guys have anything else better to do than eat the fibers of my pubic hair? I'm trying to win a game here, and I can't focus when you guys are getting off to each other in the corner.
Can't the world's best security guard focus with or without us talking?
Of course I can, but I still don't want to hear you two hyenas yucking it up over there.
So the answer is no, you can't focus with us talking.
I don't think he can focus in general. His term was a good example of that.
Joe, you absolute chunk of rotting flesh. Don't you dare talk shit to me when you don't even know where the damn audience is half the time. You didn't think it was alarming when your assistants had to remind you to sit?
We all had that slip of paper. Don't be ignorant.
Okay, I may struggle with a bit of memory loss, but don't throw darts at me when you can't even run the government. You had it shut down because Congress wouldn't shell out the money for your wall. What the hell sort of businessman are you?
A damn good one. And if corrupt congressmen weren't plaguing my path, we would have stopped the trafficking problem at the border. My fault. I care about the safety of the American people.
Don, almost 1 million people lost their jobs, and that was all within government agencies. It's really hard to believe you care about the American people at all once you look at your lack of consideration towards them.
And it wouldn't have happened if they could have just bent their backs a little and gave me a more paved road.
And $5 billion.
Joe, what's your solution to the border crisis? Giving our government funding to other countries again? Do we look like a damn Salvation Army? We're the United States of America. Have some respect to the people.
And that's why you almost started World War III. You put us first before any other country, or even humanity for that matter.
Obama, who the hell do you think first heard about the assassination attack on Putin? He called me freaking out about that little Walmart firecracker that went over the Capitol. He didn't even speak to his advisors about it. I was the first person he talked to. So in that regard, I'm extremely considerate.
My point is that you judge my term and its accomplishments while ignoring your term and its failures.
The art of balance, as they say.
Geez, I'm getting gaslit by two Democrats on both sides of me. I think I've said this before, but it feels like the 2020 election all over again.
Did Donald do anything good, actually?
The economy was pretty good.
Yeah, but Donald's also a billionaire. He knows how to operate with budgets.
Still, the economy isn't easy to figure out. I've been dealing with that shit for the past 2 years, and I feel like I'm looking at car manuals.
You also got it when it was fresh off of the quarantine layoffs, so cut yourself some slack.
Yeah, but we're far beyond that now. It's been almost 2 years.
Joe, I'll be honest with you here, it took me so long to understand all the budgets behind the economy. For the first few years, I actually had Secretary Jack Lew do all the work behind curtains, and then I just signed off on it.
Did you just admit to fucking grand scale fraud in front of an audience?
The hell are you talking about? He's referring to passing bills.
Oh, is that how you do it? I just chuck numbers in a graphing calculator and they just spat back at me.
So what you're saying is that we all don't know what the hell is going on.
That's what I gather.
You really think we have it together in the first place? It's a Wednesday at 2 a.m. The world is crumbling right before us. And we're over here playing a flash game while I eat the last of the Doritos.
You fat asshole. Those were supposed to last until Friday.
They're only $3 if you go to any grocery store.
That's not the problem. Michelle is taking care of finances now, and I already went over my weekly allowance.
That entire household must be as organized as a trailer park. Damn it! I pressed on the mask.
Now you know how it feels.
Did I at least get it off in time? Son of a bitch!
Remember, Donald, this game eats your hopes and dreams and spits it out like mouthwash.
Need you remind me, Obama?
Well, that was your attempt.
Yay.
Let's reselect at the menu. Okay, so this will be my turn, since my biggest struggle was probably Balloon Boy.
What challenge am I getting?
You'll have 10-20 modes since you beat every other night.
Hey!
Excuse me, every night besides night 5.
You're really leeching for one night of work?
I'm a simple man. I want credit where credit is due.
Odd, but not the weirdest thing you've wanted.
I'll be doing the same strategy as you did, Barack. Balloon Boy will be the only one active that we have to vent check.
A lot of it was luck, too. Toy Bonnie could have pulled up at any moment, and I would have been a sitting duck.
Pun intended.
But don't sell yourself short. You beat it at the end of the day and did way better than Donald.
You didn't even beat a single damn night, Joe, and you have a weird obsession with this game.
He really didn't get a chance besides night 6.
Wait a damn minute. I didn't even think about this. With your family's reputation with laptops, you should have those security cameras read like an open book.
I'm betting $5 that you didn't do any research behind this besides what the New York Post told you.
Will Michelle let you bet those $5?
No.
I honestly don't know which family is more of a catastrophe, you or Joe's.
At least my wife isn't as old as my son.
They're not even the same age.
The age gap is considerably small, to a point where it's concerning.
Now that you mention it, I do have to say that I can't record tomorrow.
Dare I ask why?
Michelle wants me to...
You don't even have to finish the sentence, but wow, just wow.
Listen, Don, do you really think that I want to go to a library and read to children? Do you really think I would have a good time around little miscreants?
The 5 people you interact with the most reflect on your overall character, and you hang around Joe Biden a lot.
The hell is that supposed to mean?
It means focus on the game, Joe. That's what it means.
Go the hell away, balloon boy.
You got to get that music box.
Yeah, you're right. I just hope he left the vent already. Go fuck yourself.
Really need to stop alluding to things that could kill you, Joe.
Well, let's get this over with.
Now, Donald, this is the hardest game mode in the franchise, possibly. Under any circumstances, do not disturb Barack.
You act like he's defusing a fucking bomb. It's a kid's game, Joe. Calm down.
I just show a little bit of respect, and I know that's incredibly difficult for you, but at least do it here.
You act like I'm a cyborg, incapable of feeling human emotions. I kept it quiet when he was about to finish night 6. I'll do it here, too.
Yeah, I can feel the energy of this night, and it is daunting.
Good luck, man.
Sounds like you'll need it.
Okay, we're not off to a bad start.
Keep at it. You can block everything else out.
Yeah, just stay in the zone right now.
This bitch won't leave. I might already be dead.
Just stay focused. Everything else doesn't matter.
Oh, there's no way I'm living this. How the hell am I still alive?
That doesn't matter. Just keep going.
Yeah, they're not stopping for any reason.
I didn't expect them to, and you shouldn't have either.
Oh, shit, I might have a chance to wind up the music box. Spoke too soon. I really spoke too soon.
Damn, you were rolling there.
No way I'm still alive. Well, I kind of just set myself up for that one.
But a good try regardless. At least you made it to 1 a.m.
There, we're finally done. Let's move on to the next game.
Actually, there is one final thing I want to do.
Joe, you've got to be fucking lying to me right now.
It'll be quick, I promise.
Make sure it is.
All right, so this is one of the mini games that you could have gotten when you died.
What the hell is happening?
Seems pretty self-explanatory. We're taking cake to the children.
Why the hell is there a child crying outside? Just go inside, you fucking idiot.
It looks like a party, and if he's crying, he probably wasn't invited.
Are we feeding bottomless pits for kids? Why the hell are they hungry again? Like Freddy just gave you cake, you fucking gremlin. How about you wait a damn minute?
Oh, look, there's a car pulling up.
Your parents are here. Now stop crying. It's not the end of the world.
Why is he purple?
Probably ate something bad for lunch.
Something's not right. Freddy's not moving anymore, and that kid is going wide-eyed.
That isn't good.
He keeps crying, Don.
Joe, what the hell is going on?
Is this,
Did he just... Ah! Fucking marionette!
interesting. And we just go back to the menu.
What did I just watch, Joe? Or what the hell did that purple man just do to that kid?
Well, the one thing you know is that it wasn't his parent. Not only that, but by the events of this game, you can imply what happened.
But that kid wasn't even in a suit. So is that another body that this man has caught?
Is this pizza place in New Mexico or something?
You can theorize the specifics from here on out, but for now, it's time for the third game.
And just like last game, I'm even more confused finishing it than I was starting it.
Joe and Confusion are like a married couple at this point.
I would have said IBS, but that works too.
Oh, this will be fun.
I'm just going to try to sneak around and get to wherever I need to go. After all, these puppets are mini Mike Tysons.
Joe, I think you should know what I'm about to ask now.
Oh boy, let me prepare first.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but these things are human height, right?
Yeah, you're right.
And puppet stuffing isn't that heavy, right?
Well, it depends on the type of filling, but for argument's sake, we can say it isn't heavy.
It concerns me that you're asking him all this after just making an innuendo. Also, I'm not liking these narrow hallways at all. nowhere really to run.
So with all of that being established, do you think I could put one of these in a hemlock or something, just outright clean their clocks?
Why do you keep putting yourself in scenarios where you're fighting inanimate objects? You had me do that poll about fighting Ricky the other day, and now here you are again.
Something tells me it stems from validation.
Just answer the damn question.
Unlike the other foes we've squared off with, these certain toys aren't really measurable in strength. Even with pillow stuffing coursing through their veins, they're strong enough to throw Gordon down to the ground like a bag of hammers.
Goodness gracious, we are actually in Poppy Playtime again, aren't we?
Who is funding these facilities? Tony Stark?
Either that or one of the X-Men.
How about all of the X-Men?
Well, to refer to your earlier statement, from the sound of it, Gordon's not the most healthy person in the doctor's clinic.
Says Donald, the fitness guru, eating another Red Lobster biscuit. What the hell?
Watch what you say about Red Lobster. Even the water pipes aren't happy with your smack talk.
Realistically, you possibly could take one in a fight, but it's a numbers game when it comes down to it. If they swarm you like a colony of locusts, something tells me you're not getting out of there alive.
Especially if they're out for blood.
You tell me if I just get in a bathroom stall and just start funneling them in, I can't power kick at least a few dozen?
Don, there's a Family Guy episode where they literally ask this question.
I was just thinking about that, except replace the puppets with fourth graders.
This seems easier because puppets don't hold any weight. A strong gust would probably take them to the land of Oz.
You shot 15 metal bricks at one, and it didn't even faze them. You have better odds of fishing a diamond from a Cracker Jack box.
Where the hell did you hear that saying from?
All right, how about all three of us? Like a Left 4 Dead 2 sort of fight?
You still have not given us specific battlefronts.
With all that babbling, at least we have another safe room.
I don't really need to save. What's this paper?
Great, more bedtime stories.
As the mother of a 4-year-old who is devoted to my friendly neighborhood, I am frightened by the tone of the morals on that show. Just yesterday, one of the characters said, you should always think of others before yourself, even when it's uncomfortable. But what if someone takes advantage of you for doing that? What if doing what's uncomfortable ends up exposing you to hurt and danger? Is it really a good idea to teach children to be so reckless with their own well-being?
I can just tell she's a single mother.
Is there something wrong with that?
Well, she's single for a reason. And I think you know what reason I'm referring to.
Yeah, because she wants to be protective of her kid. Really strutting your stuff, Don.
I think she's going somewhat too far. Like, think about mailing in the editor-in-chief just because you're overthinking about a kid's show.
I suppose. Also, this is the third time I've seen that green triangle. Is there another key we have to find?
That's been the overall theme here. I also think that we're going to go back to multiple areas and open up avenues that we couldn't before.
I don't really mind as long as they keep giving us the supplies for ammo.
They're still generous with that. Wait, is this the other side of that well area?
Yeah, I think it loops around at some point.
Oh, looky here. I can't clobber her, so I'll just take her out from up here.
I think Cheese Block is the most annoying one out of all of them. Like, shut the hell up.
Are you going to draw bad blood between you and this puppet now?
To be fair, Junebug is the loudest out of all of them.
No kidding.
Wait, before I go back, there was another area that I could go to. Let me see what's that way first.
Good call. You don't want to spread yourself too thin and lose track of everything.
I already lost track of everything. We have the 7 wonders of the world we have to explore, and then to top it all off, we have these killer Muppets hiding. Is that thing dead?
Either that or the game of operation is getting a bit too realistic for my liking.
It looks dead to me. Still, I personally wouldn't turn my back to it. You never know.
Why is this locked? Damn it, are we in a dead end?
Get out of there.
I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. Now, slowly, easy does it.
What the hell are you doing?
I have to get to the other end of the hall. I didn't get to check it out. Okay, I think we're good.
The game would most likely give out a huge cue if he got up.
So what the hell is going on over here?
Someone keeps taking the breakers that you use to open these doors. So I put them in those lock boxes around the basement. Here's a map of where they are in case you need to get through. Janitor Hank, it's Ray.
So what does that even mean?
We need to go around to those lock boxes that we came across and find the breakers.
I remember one back here. Now I just have to get out of here without him getting up.
I think you're good, maybe.
Looks like we're in the clear. Of course, when we get the triangle key, that's when he'll probably get up.
See, I knew it was these lock boxes he was talking about. Now, I just have to find the other 3, and it opens those doors.
With how big this facility is, I'm left wondering where these lockboxes could be.
I'm still wondering what the show has to do with the war that was talked about earlier.
I just want to know when the hell this takes place.
As I was skimming the footage during our editing, I noticed that the repair note for Gordon said 1993. So the time that this game took place was exactly 30 years ago.
So Gordon can't just call the SWAT team to airlift himself out of this place.
I doubt Gordon could zip up his fly, let alone zip up a helicopter ladder.
So that answers that. But what does this war even mean to the studio?
These voices are certainly something else.
If I remember correctly, the real-life Sesame Street was made during the Vietnam War and the Civil Rights Movement. The aim was to teach young children how to navigate the constantly evolving American landscape, even talking to educational experts and child psychologists.
It's incredible, very incredible, that you can remember little details from a 50-year-old kid show, but not which shoe to put on what foot.
Oh, come on, you cannot tell me you haven't put on your underwear inside out or mixed up your lefts and rights?
Something tells me you did both before you got here today.
This thing is very verbal. What the hell is happening?
This must be what modern-day kindergarten teachers act like.
You mean younger than the kids they teach?
Something like that.
I'm not too keen from your underwear comment.
Oh, another lockbox.
You really want to start a fight you can't stop, Donald? One swing of a chicken wing and you're either going to be knocked out or eating it.
Today on Factor Cap, a trial of 2 testicles. Can you wedgie someone if they wear a diaper?
Have you guys ever seen those Waffle House fights online?
This is an oddly specific and random question, but I'm familiar. They're hilarious, very funny. Why do you ask?
Before I continue, why is there just a boat here? I guess we're driving it now.
What the hell? We just have a whole underground sewer passage here?
I think it links to the other side of the basement.
Listen, every time you 2 tortoises swing your necks around, I always think it'll lead into some senior citizen smackdown.
Joe is senior enough. If I smack him again, he might recoil onto the ground like a Jello figure.
I already put the smack and smack down. You should know, of all people.
Throw us in the ring and the crowd noise would probably KO you.
Can I get food before this happens?
Imagine if that was an election tiebreaker, a boxing match between the 2 candidates.
So it does look like we're on the other side of the basement.
A boxing match would probably be more engaging than the actual election, if I'm being honest.
I don't think it would go very far. Half of the candidates have been around before colored television, me included.
Skill-based matchmaking. Barry Sanders versus Joe Biden. Which crippled prune will bring home the title of not the saddest old guy?
I wouldn't mind officiating that ring.
You should reserve a couple hundred doctors in case one of them throws out their spine.
I forgot about the foot rash in here. Also, complimentary coffins will be provided.
Why am I subject to these experiments?
We got another article here. I guess reading time was their favorite time here on The Neighborhood.
As the My Friendly Neighborhood franchise grows, it was inevitable for Gertzwald's precocious puppets to make the move to the big screen. Fortunately, their first outing is appealing to more than just the younger crowd. Everything from the sumptuous sets to the scintillating score brings the swashbuckling spirit into the theater in a way that both children and adults can appreciate.
You're telling me these gross abominations had a whole damn movie?
4 out of 5 stars, too. Seems like this show was relatively popular for the time being. Again, mimicking the success of Sesame Street or even the Muppets.
The plot centers around a young lad named Clark, Jerry Love, of everyone fame, who sets sail with the puppets in search of treasure. They soon, however, discover that the terrifying Captain Crocodile is in control of the ship, and it's up to Clark and his plucky sea hand friend, Ricky, to...
And the article just gets cut off there.
So this show was the bee's knees around the time it aired.
It seems so.
Wait a minute, was that... Yes, it was, another lockbox.
So how many more do we have after this? Just one?
I think so. The problem is finding where that one is located at.
Don't worry about it. With us 3, we'll take them to the cleaners.
You still haven't mentioned the details of fighting these things. Do we need to kill a certain amount? Do we have to survive a certain amount of time? What's the specifics here?
Okay, you're taking the fun out of everything now.
How, you asked the damn question.
You know what? Never mind. Just focus on the game.
Are you serious? I hope your toilet seat in prison is a guy's lap.
Well, there's the last lockbox.
That took longer than it should have. We could have avoided Donald's talk about pool noodles if I found this earlier.
It was a legitimate question. Don't criticize me.
A legitimate question that gave me a legitimate picture in my head that I didn't exactly want.
Like you never thought of it before?
Just shut up.
What am I looking at?
Strange kind of breaker box.
I think there were some slips of paper that told us which breakers go to what.
Should be in your files.
Right here. Club, diamond, heart, and then spade.
I might sound crazy asking this again, but why are there puzzles just to turn on the damn power?
You really have to stop holding these companies to expectations.
Spade and heart, and there we go.
So is this going to be the door that'll get us to the elevator?
I'm hoping so. We got ourselves a mannequin problem.
And a locked door too, that's not good.
Obama,
Do we still have the shotgun? And we're pulling it out as we speak.
let's get out of here as soon as possible. I feel like I'm in a smut video.
What's this? A cutter, huh?
Wait, we can use that for the chain on the doors.
Right, just give me a second. Don't you all come to life now? I'm not afraid to let the bullets fly.
They probably would have already come to life by now.
Hey, I don't want you jinxing things here. Cut the umbilical cord and let's get moving.
Already on it. Looks like we're at another boating area. I wonder where this will take us.
I think there was another area on the opposite side of the basement that had another dock.
I guess it's no big deal that we're traversing the seven seas right now. Gordon must be numb from the highlighter fumes that he snorted in the car to think this is normal.
Wait, let me check the map real quick. Okay, I think I know where we are. Let me do some quick reconnaissance before I venture back in.
I think this is where Ray was. Looks like I was correct.
Why are you moaning? Why does every damn puppet here moan?
These puppeteers must have been in some freaky business behind the scenes.
Yeah, but stop moaning.
I think the more you talk about it, the more he likes it.
Is being kink-shamed a kink itself?
Ask Moany Joni over here. You'd think he's narrating some rag mags.
I'll just do us all a big favor and get rid of this pest.
Where do we got to go again?
Elevator. This is like the 5th time we've told you.
Goodness gracious, is dementia contagious?
I'm just glad we can finally take these chains off the handle. Can't tell you how many times I ran away from a puppet just to get body blocked by the door.
Wait, we went up only a floor?
Must be the elevator Ricky was talking about.
You're telling me Bubble Butt Gordon couldn't climb up that ledge?
Listen, the specifics aren't important. Let's just be glad that we're finally out of the basement.
Here's the thing. This is where the tutorial ended last time. I have absolutely no idea what lies ahead of us. We could be taking the elevator to Hell's Kitchen for all I know.
I wouldn't be surprised if we opened up the elevator to the Stanley Parable at this point.
Don, I have some news to tell you. We might actually be in the Stanley Parable.
From what I can tell, this looks like a walk of fame almost. I wonder if this was a dedicated hallway to their most successful projects.
It's as grand as my hotels.
And as pompous as them, too. Doors locked. Probably the same thing on the other side.
Always good to double check before we move forward.
Can't pick that up. And yeah, it's locked. Well, time to see what's ahead of the mist.
This looks
Great. It's starting again.
like fun.
My guess is that we're somewhat closer to the antenna.
Now I really feel like a 1930s detective.
Talk about grand entrances. Feels like we're walking around the entrance to Atlantis.
They're still being generous with their ammo. I'm not complaining.
It's never a bad thing. Just remember that.
Didn't expect anything to happen, but no news is good news, too.
Looks like this might be the next main area we'll have to explore.
What the? Yeah, I'm just going to avoid that for now.
Was that a damn bat pig wedging his balls on the wall?
I don't know what the hell it was. Ooh, I've got to say, I am liking this jazz music.
This whole thing could be like a Rocket League stadium.
Locked. Of course it is.
Like the ball would come from the hand of the statue or something?
No, that's not how Rocket League works. It's already set in the center of the field, and everybody races to it very fast and swift, like dodgeball routine.
RLCS Castrodon over here.
These lounges really remind me of mafia motives. Maybe I'm overreading things. But I wonder if this business had mob ties.
Am I at a damn library? There's so much reading to do.
ABCs can be pretty hard.
As if you're not talking from experience.
Last month marked 7 years since the end of the war. So it seems like a good time to reflect on the impact it has had on our lives.
Interesting. We get more war lore.
For once, I'm actually intrigued to hear this one.
I think across the whole city, the war has left us feeling troubled. We were called to service for the sake of righteousness, love for one city, and protecting others. But in the end, we found that those calls were just noble lies, and behind them, the horror of reality thwarted our starry-eyed ideals. We left home as heroes and came home as murderers.
The dark deception that the American people finally opened their eyes to.
But this tension leads to a question. Why should we care about right and wrong, or friendliness, as the children's show puts it? Following such things can have a terrible cost. The only reason would be if there were some overarching purpose, some guiding goodness to our wanderings in the world, but that is exactly what an injustice like the war calls into question.
They're linking international tragedy and war crimes to a damn kid show? Who wrote this garbage? Babylon Bee?
The logic in that argument also seems incredibly flawed. Good intentions have started as many wars as selfish intentions have. Conflict cannot be avoided by doing the good thing or the bad thing, but it can be diminished depending on what you do. It also assumes that people only act in a certain way for ulterior motives. Even after being deceived, it's ignorant to question why we should do the right thing.
I'm just outright bamboozled on why you link a kid's show to war. Did they think the alphabet was secret propaganda?
Desperate times call for desperate measures, or something like that.
Didn't know Ted Bundy worked here.
The hell is that?
The punctuation?
We can switch to it. I think it might be a weapon of sorts.
Interesting. I don't know how we could use it, though.
Maybe it's like another wrench and we could just cause some internal brain damage.
What if that backfires? Watch us get caught up in the smoke.
True, we already have one brain-dead president. We don't need another.
At least you come clean.
What the hell is going on in here?
You and Gordon have similar sentiments.
Man, what the hell is that?
He's coming at us pretty fast.
Too fast. Time to get the hell out of here.
It looked like it was a giant frog or toad.
Crazy Frog really got a bit too crazy since he fell off.
What the heck was that?
You saw, Gordon. It was Crazy Frog.
I think that was the gold statue in that one room from earlier. That's probably who made all of this mess, too.
I'm starting to realize you know a lot of pop culture references.
Who, me or Donald?
Both, for that matter.
Joe just sits on his couch butt naked and watches horror analysis.
Speaking of watching, this looks like a whole movie theater.
This might have been a screen room for testing new episodes or movies.
I'm a dedicated man to media, very dedicated, and love digesting the recent fads within our society.
You would be the type of person to watch a show like this.
The hell? A mask?
Waiting any moment for Jim Carrey to pop out around a corner and shove his horrible paintings down our throat.
Well, we have absolutely zero room in our suitcase. We need to find a save point so I can move some of this crap over.
We might have to discard a couple things. Depending on the size of everything, it can get pretty limited when it comes to spacing.
Got it. I wonder if there's anything we can get rid of now.
There probably is, but I would just wait until the save room. I doubt you can, but we don't want to throw away something important.
If we saw Flock after all this time, I would kick Obama in the nuts.
Not even being rude here, Don, but do you have the physical capacity to even lift your leg up to your hip?
Okay, knee you in the nuts.
He got out?
More importantly, is he sucking on a Jolly Rancher?
This is what it sounds like when you eat around us, Don.
I am nowhere near that bad.
He spotted us. Automatic nope.
I don't even want to know how the hell we take down that thing, possibly with the punctuation. But that would be my only guess.
I just don't want another token. I just don't really want to fight that thing at all right now.
With his size, he's a king for the ring. And I really don't want to restart all the way back in the damn basement.
Let's just see if he's still out there. Okay, good. He left.
Not without leaving a mess, though. He probably thought those puppets in the theater were a buffet of delectable dishes.
Something tells me we might need a bigger fridge if we're going to have him around.
Don may have a rival for our grocery bill.
Listen, I spend double of that on DoorDash.
You know those beach whales that end up near the shore?
If you value what little time you have left, don't finish that sentence.
Oh, the music rings out once again. Finally, a safe room.
Only took us across the bridge to Terabithia.
There's another one of those masks. We can do something with that once we get our inventory set up.
Wait, someone's phone ringing?
Why the hell is my phone ringing? I told you guys not to disturb me while we're recording. I guess. What is it? I've been what?
What's going on?
I'm gonna wring your neck, Joe.
Before you is an animatronic found in the back alley.
Another one.
Unsure of its origins.
Wait, why was that impression actually kind of good?
He makes a good DJ Khaled.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me now.
Who else is going to show up? The entire Spanish
To
Inquisition?
the alley where you found it and forfeit payment. Please make your choice now.
Well, we lost that last salvage, and so there's no other choice now but to pick this thing from the garbage.
Donald's been slapped on a shish kebab and roasted all day, and I can't believe I get to see it one more time.
I'm still going back to flipping the checklist like a madman. I need to keep up to date on their status, and if they're about to inhale me like a 5-course meal.
Don't be afraid to give these things some shock therapy. There's a reason why you have 3 free shocks before anything is damaged. Remember last time what happened.
This is like the engine sound of a 1985 Cadillac.
Document results.
Wait, did her head just move?
I think I did see a little wince there.
2, 1.
Is that its third phase?
You know what happened last time I took a chance, not doing it again? I saw an eyeball, Obama. It was popping out like a claw machine stuffed animal.
Well, there's 1 shock down. How much does the salvage go down if we shock for 4 times?
I believe it gets cut in half. The 5th time is the most important time.
How does this even give us money? It's not like we're using the metal for scrap. We're throwing it in a ball pit.
2, 1.
Haven't I told you to keep your head down? This is how the Russians treated protesters in the 60s.
I think it could still be applied about today, Don.
Document
Her head just twitched, by the way. Even though you've already shocked her twice, she seems to be super hostile. Don't you think?
I think Ballora stuffed a minirine in her ears because she clearly isn't listening. Now we have no other shocks to dish out.
Well, now we're at the point where she's going to get into the restaurant no matter what. It's just the possibility of making profit from it.
The next office part should be really fun, huh?
3, 2.
The clip didn't even play. What in this universe compelled you to move your head?
Can robots pass gas?
Yeah, sorry about the smell there.
Baby, you might actually be worse than Balloon Boy. I want to treat your head like a toilet bowl and take a fat leak.
Well, now the salvage is only at $1,000. If we shock again, we might really take the tank of a price.
Even though she moved, I'm not shocking again. I'll take this thing to the dirt before I do that.
Well, there's her 3rd stage. I guess it's just luck now.
Document results. You have completed.
There's no such thing as luck when the world's best security guard and business owner exists.
Well done.
What do you know? Don didn't get his head split open like a piñata this time.
You don't really know who your employer is, do you?
Did you have too many controlled shocks? I am the boss, and if you have a problem with that, you might want to be a bit less conductive moving forward.
You're missing the point, Don. I think she's trying to say that not everything is as it seems.
Well, thanks, Captain Obvious. I did notice the zombie rabbit standing in the corner with a party hat and a glass of punch, sucking on Candy Cadet's bubblegum balls.
What do you mean by that?
I'm absolutely contorted on all fronts for how ridiculous it is to charge $71,000 for a tarred bird with Botox.
Something tells me that you were advantageous of a lower price or something like that.
Not in a million years. Think about it. Do I really want a polished chicken with hip dips? Where's there any financial benefit in this purchase?
Who knows? You might be able to get her to Faz pole dance for everybody.
Obama, start pinching those pennies and balancing that budget because we have some saving to do.
How's this a real conversation that's going on?
Looks like you have another sponsorship offer.
Let me see. Like it was, deal. Give me money now.
Of all the words in the English vocab, I'm not sure that desperate even measures up to what I would describe you as. I'm actually at a loss of words right now.
I am slightly confused here. Are you actually gunning to get Funtime Chica? Do you think you can even get the funding by then?
Not really. I was just running with the joke. While she does have childbearing hips that any woman would be jealous of, the short-term goal here is to build up gradually. This is not a financially smart and safe investment that we can put our money in. Remember, business is art, and we shall not rush art.
So do you ever think about what you're going to say, or do you just kind of force it out of you like a soft taco supreme?
I give up. I think I actually give up now.
Never back down, never what?
By the way, for gaining Faz points, I highly suggest the Rocket Game mode. If I'm correct, it's the maximum amount of points you can get at this very time. With that being said, it's also a lot more fun to play too.
Looks like I have something else to be the very best at.
Well, it looks like we're about to have yet another grinding session in the works, so I think it's safe to say that we might have to unarchive some discussions here.
What's all to talk about, really?
A big one is Christmas. Can you believe it's already that time of the year again? It just seemed like yesterday me and Donna were putting candy canes in the kids' stockings. Now it's Plan B.
No one's fault but your own, Obama. No one's fault but your own.
And it's your own fault that you steer as good as a Sea of Thieves skeleton.
Sea of Thieves?
Barack, you have the opportunity to do the funniest thing of all time.
I don't have it in me, Joe. That's like becoming the fertilizer that cows roll around in. And I'm not stooping down to the level of a cow.
No, you'll just become the fertilizer itself, Obama. Stooping to pooping is what runs in the household of the Obamas. Mr. and Mr. Obama should be ashamed.
You don't even have the grounds to make that claim, Donald. You're going to rope in some irrelevant scandal from wait, did you say Mr. and Mr. Obama?
I think we're getting off topic here like we always do. Did you say that it's the time to celebrate Christmas?
Before you decide to come down from the high horse and share any holiday traditions, Obama, the only sort of liberalism that I'll have at the dinner table is sharing food for all. That's how we do it in the Trump family. Okay, you're telling me that I ran into that thing. In what Buzz Lightyear universe did a pixel of that even come close to the meatball?
Can a man talk about the spirit of Christmas during the holiday season without being treated like a wolf in a chicken coop?
Christmas is a great time, after all. Snow falling, bells ringing, red and green decorations blanket all the surfaces that the eye can see. It reminds me of simpler times, times the world was united.
Joe, you're talking about 5 years ago when I was president and I was at the forefront of uniting the world. Did you see all the things that I was able to accomplish? We almost had world peace until a cup of Joe and an IV fluid bag came crawling into the White House.
Can we go 5 seconds without unloading last night's meal onto our chest? We're grown men, gentlemen. Refined men as well, or at least we're supposed to be.
I'm a refined man until you get me on the rocket ride at Freddy's Diner. Then I'm nothing but a filthy animal that's about to be the best that no one ever was.
I am wasting precious seconds of my life waiting for an intelligent answer that will not surface. Let's carry on without him, Brock.
And Yap Station Central loves to go silly on my Willie over here. You guys go talk about Hallmark and honey smoked ham. I'll be defending the citizens of our country from this delicious pizza.
Donald, you're like the kid at a Burger King that starts whining if he doesn't get the cardboard crown.
Okay, so how many Faz points can we actually get playing this game?
I believe it's 5,000 or 6,000. It's not easy to get, though. It really takes some strategy.
Have you even considered what you're saving up for?
It's easy to invest in silly things like a Coke bottle chicken. But to make all of our lives easier, I plan to invest the profits into personal upgrades.
What exactly are you talking about?
We need our tasks to be faster during our time in the office. That's why I need to have a bit of extra money before we finish in blueprint mode. The big problem, very big problem, is that we don't know how much those upgrades cost.
Everything upgraded in the office would cost you $1,900 in total.
And that is terrifying. That is absolutely terrifying that you just knew that off the top of your head. Lizard Man Joe changing colors again.
Hey, Don, look. I think you found the strategy to avoid the pepperonis.
Of course I am. When there's a will, there's a way. And the world's best security guard always finds a way to prevail.
I think it's the knockback that the bullets are doing to the pizzas. You're able to stay alive as long as they don't swarm you. It all comes down to balancing that knockback.
We got the king of the Italians now. Looks like he's a bad aimer too, because all I'm doing is standing still. I won't complain though, easy Faz points.
Yeah, Don, I think you might have this one in the bag. Everything else is pretty much useless against you now.
You're right, it's just too easy. And just like that, Donald Trump is top dog again.
Appearances told us that you were at the top of the food chain.
So we need $1,900 as at the end of the shift to make this easier for us. With that being said, I think it's safe to say that I want to buy something that's affordable but high in bonus revenue.
The gravity vortex is too much of a risk for me. There'll be an unattended child that'll get swept up and thrown into the ceiling vent.
You're telling me that dreams do come true?
I can't say that I'm surprised, really.
Wait. Is that 8 bonus revenue? Well, slap my slithery slew and call it my golly goo. That might be the best deal I've ever seen.
That was a really big purchase, Don. We don't have enough money for the upgrades for the office.
Silly little eepy Joe Biden. Do you not remember that I have more play tokens at my disposal? I'll simply gain back more than what we lost and we'll be in the green for the office segment.
This certainly won't have any negative repercussions.
All right, let's see what this bad boy gives us. They call it the Prize King for a reason.
Dawn?
Barack, I think he just fucking died.
What? Quick, pop the champagne. Joe?
What? They're all
gonna
turning
block
on.
us in at this
I'm
rate.
not letting you win this. Time to give this doctor a taste of his own medicine.
I'm going to explore around the safe haven. Is this a memorial?
There's a picture there.
Well, sorry for your loss, Picky Piggy.
Yeah, I can only assume it's for the ones that didn't make it this far.
And here I am wondering how they got so many candles down here.
They got a shop here?
Bobby doing here? I don't know. They just let her in.
What?
Why? That's inviting a whole lot of trouble we don't need. I mean, how do we even know we can trust her this time?
What did she do?
So let's just be careful, especially around her new friend.
Is that us?
Can't forget that. Shh. I think they might be listening.
Well, I was kind of looking right at you, so...
Hey, I'm Chicken. Want to go outside and hang out?
Why do they have the Valorant bird cutout down here?
A lot of questions with this new safe haven.
I have several I wanted to ask.
Is going to be okay?
I hope so, kid. We kind of need her to fight the prototype.
I'm noticing a pattern of dictatorship down here.
Cool soccer goal, Piggy.
I'll be sure to get Messi's autograph for you if you make it out of here.
By the way, this started at a receptionist desk, if you can believe that.
So I've been thinking, Joe.
You miss Mommy Longlegs.
Well, now I'm thinking about using your teeth as a can opener, but I was originally thinking about the lore of this game.
There's a lot to digest here. Hello, chicken thing.
What about the lore?
So I understand that the toys are just the orphans from the orphanage that they ran, but why did Playtime necessarily do it? It couldn't have been for profit. There's no way this would be worth the money.
I haven't brushed up on my Poppy Playtime lore, and it's most likely still being revealed, but I believe their motive was to employ the orphans' ass toys to increase production.
Look, they says, fetch.
These cursed cardboard cutouts really give me the creeps.
So sore.
These toys, too, while we're at it.
Haven't been able to move for hours.
You know, I can see the workload increase already.
Away from me.
Okay, relax. I wasn't going to do anything.
Geez, this place is in shambles.
Won't last much longer.
Preaching to the choir.
Do you have any food?
You're not going to like this answer, kid.
I have a pack of Skittles in my pocket, but I bought them for me. We do have this cool VHS tape that we're going to watch, though.
It sounds like an oil rig or something.
I can't tell what that is on the TV screen.
Long way down.
Warrenbach, huh?
This is what we have to work with. Do you believe it's doable? Sure, yeah.
Oh, he's definitely evil.
Doable. Good. Remember, our timetable here is tight. If there's anything you need from me, do not hesitate. Actually, I've got something I want to talk to you about. It's important. I'm listening. My company. We've built a lot for you over the years, and believe me, we've always been accommodating. We just...
So they built everything.
To do. And your point here is... I don't like what I'm supposed to be building here.
Is this a voice of reason?
Game station. Whatever. It'll be fun for the kids. Underground production.
Giving them arachnophobia?
Sure. Maximize production. Makes a kind of sense. As much as any of us, I suppose. But this... What in the world would a toy company need with a prison? When my
Thank you.
building Playcare, all Mr. Ludwig could talk about was how much good it could do. And all you needed was a look at the man to know he believed every word of it.
How long has Playcare been around?
Still the same company. If we're gonna make this thing for you, then I need that assurance. It's a game. Something for the kids. Anything.
You're joking.
He does not seem to be joking.
Mr. Ritterman, let me give you a bit of history, friend. In 1992, you signed a contract, a legally binding piece of paper that says whatever is asked of you, you do it. We asked.
That sounds like an awful contract if you ask me.
In 1990, you signed another. A renewal.
So he set himself up for failure.
Read it, you'd have found a small clause. Any and all directives will be accomplished in the appropriate time and with appropriate compensation should the project be completed to satisfaction. Your name rests at the bottom of that document, and I remember because it was the ugliest bit of cursive I've ever seen. So now,
This guy is a slug.
Because we've given you a directive.
Mr. Ritterman, we're near the...
Yes. Yes, we are. All of us.
He's crazy, too.
On a ledge. Great things are coming. Great things that will someday make a lot of people very happy. But to do so, to make that dream real, we need this. Otherwise, there's a place we're all for. Together.
His accent certainly isn't helping him.
And I don't like dead angry. I get paid to see that things get done. And this, like everything else, will get done.
I hope the prototype had a 12-course meal with that guy.
Gotta admit, the devs did a really good job at making all of these employees unlikable.
Stomach.
Got more plushies and another tape here.
Mine too. When's the last time you ate?
You guys are toys. How do you even have to eat?
Neither can I. Feels like forever.
More importantly, what do they even eat?
Which will kill us first, you think? The doctor or hunger? I prefer not to even think about it.
Considering the piles of cadavers outside, I don't think it's a topic up for debate.
Laith Pierre saw insurance companies and really said, hold my beer.
I'm surprised all of these papers are in such good condition after almost a decade.
Project overview, safe haven.
So looking this over, the entire project construction is what we're in right now.
This seems like it was originally designed for the workers to have a bunker-like break room. Its own power grid, protective doors, and escape routes. No wonder the toys can use this to keep away from the prototype.
I think I just found one of the escape routes. Looks like a groundhog did some renovations on it, though.
Every chapter I ask this, but how big is this factory? Just how successful were their toys to build Hollow Earth?
I think this is connected to a cave system as well.
I think you might be wrong, Poppy. You won.
It's the best for everyone, Dobie. That no trace of this place is left.
Where are they at?
How many children were there?
Dang. It's sort of numbing to realize these were really all kids with hopes and dreams. What a parallel to real life.
Because it does happen in real life, Joe. Not to this extent, but how many injustices do some children face?
That's the whole point government-funded agencies exist, so they can fight these injustices.
What caused them in the first place, Obama?
What? What are you talking about?
I mean, from what way did the blood splatter?
I can be anything you need.
Is this a shot at me or Joe?
Do you think it is?
What constitutes as justice if everything does some sort of injustice?
That's a question you ask when you've already gone too far.
Speaking of looking at injustices, we got another letter to read.
I feel like some of these people had good intentions with the orphans. That letter talked about this kid named Matthew who came to the orphanage after an accident took the lives of his family. And he was such a kind-hearted leader that Claire was considering bringing him onto the staff.
Did you not read the last part? The very end of that report talked... And now we got Ollie.
Geez, don't get too excited.
Hey, can you hear me?
Ollie's stuck in the evil containment wave again.
When you get the Omni...
You're supposed to talk away from the box fan, you ingot.
Might not be...
Thank you, Ollie, for the very insightful comments.
Geez, look at this guy.
Did Dracula treat his veins like a Capri Sun?
Just means we have another passenger along for this puzzle.
With all these puzzle games in mind, I wonder how your puzzle-loving son is doing.
Don't remind me. It's been a tough week for me and Baron.
Why's that?
So I took the family out for some classic dining the other day. He was sitting next to me playing his strategy games, just being classic Baron.
Okay.
All of a sudden, I see out of the corner of my eye that he pulls up Discord on his phone, and he's talking to this person with an anime girl PFP.
Oh, goodness.
Kids just being kids, I guess.
But it gets worse. They kept sending these weird small pictures back and forth to each other, like cat-looking photos.
Uh-huh.
That's certainly interesting.
I was sitting there just flabbergasted. Meanwhile, Pooperson McGee from Committee Loserville wanted to talk to me, and I'm halfway in the Twilight Zone that I have the cosmos painted on me.
And now you lost me.
I stopped listening as soon as I heard the word poop.
Abstract saying. I'm just concerned about what's going on with the kid. It's so unlike him to be caught up in this tomfoolery. And of course, I don't see him for who knows how long because of the work at the office.
Have you asked his mother to check in on him?
To be honest, this just seems like you guys are overreacting here. Teenagers are teenagers. You have to give them freedom and let them live so they can learn. You only progress in this world by making mistakes.
Mistakes are costly for him when he bolsters the Trump name. That kid is going to have a lot of trouble surrounding him if he ventures too deep.
This was after you said the word Pooperson. I just want to point that out.
It still amazes me how you can give Donald an earful and still be able to effectively solve a puzzle.
Do I have to bring this? No, I don't. Yeah, I mean, it's just a skill you develop being a father of 2 girls. You're not going to be able to get anything done unless you get used to talking.
I think we're overreacting here about my talking.
I have to get over there, I think, but how?
Are you two noticing the construction vehicles and equipment lying around? Seems like that project they were referring to was still being done when the hour of joy took place.
Again, well-deserved.
Do I have to use this? Oh, wow, look at that.
We're finding new ways to get around the factory, at least.
And new puzzles to boot.
Remind me again why Playtime thought it was necessary to build a Chutes and Ladders game throughout their own factory.
Maybe it was just a flex on little tykes or something like that.
Using both hands in a banana split sort of fashion kind of makes me feel a bit vulnerable. Like I have no way to turn around or protect myself.
We don't need to worry about that once we can pulverize Dr. Computer Schmertz.
Whoa!
Never mind. We gotta get through where the wild things are first.
What do we do?
Turn him into a yarn
Get through that
spoil.
yellow door, and fast!
You don't gotta tell me twice. Jeez!
He literally just spawned there. This thing has Dumbledore powers now?
Of course, now we gotta find a way out of no man's land.
Yarnaby is attracted to noise. Avoid sprinting and using your grab pack to prevent Yarnaby from finding you.
We're really back to playing a stealth game? Yarnaby just used a porta rift, and we gotta go back to puzzle mode?
No, I gotta go back to puzzle mode. You get to sit on the sidelines and talk to Joe about the Sunday funnies or something.
Hey, you only said that because we're old.
No, it's because I know you read Family Circus.
All right, you win this time.
And now we got power switches, as long as the puzzles don't get...
All of a sudden, Kirby's Epic Yarn wants to prove that it can be a problem. That's why you were put in an SCP container.
Okay, I don't understand how it wants us to keep quiet from Yarnaby if we quite literally have to keep using our grab pack to move forward into the tunnels.
Maybe it's not talking about this part specifically. You know how we had to avoid him last time when we were in a storage room of sorts?
Yeah, but now my most pressing question is, why are we on an assembly line with meteorites?
Maybe Playtime Co. is like Los Pollos Hermanos, but in toy version.
I finally finished the rest of Breaking Bad, by the way.
Only took you 2 years. What did you think of the ending?
Honestly, the entire series was way better than I expected. The ending threw me for a loop, even though you kind of already saw it coming.
You should have trusted us when we said it was peak. How many things can both me and Donald agree are good?
And the last time I can think of such a scenario.
Now, the next thing we need to get you to watch is Dragon Ball Super.
I would watch GT first, to be honest. Yeah, it has its flaws, but there are just too many iconic moments within that series to just entirely pass up.
You're right. I just despise how they trashed most of the main cast from Dragon Ball Z, especially Piccolo and Vegeta.
I beat you guys to the punch already. I've seen them both.
Oh, you seem more of a DBZ game type of guy.
Turn this on. This yarn spool keeps making a lot of noises and then refuses to reveal himself. And how is this not done?
One thing about this chapter that I'm noticing is that there's a lot more build-up than the previous chapter. I mean, Chapter 3 started with you literally getting dragged by Beerus the Destroyer. And now we're just kind of exploring an old mine shaft.
Not even exploring because this stupid button won't get pressed until there's enough gas. How do I get enough gas?
Looks like we're back to the Chapter 3 style of puzzles.
Of just getting bitterly annoyed until you kick the computer and order a Five Guys sandwich?
That was targeted and you know it.
Is this it right here?
There we go. Took a second, but we got it.
Power up machine stations via hand scanners.
Because we got to do everyone's dirt. The game thinks we must be Elastigirl or something.
Every game has its bugs when it first releases. Although this one's pretty funny because we're just hitting this like it's a TikTok trend.
You guys can thank me for keeping it unbanned, by the way. Now we can all enjoy the cheap dopamine effect it does to our brain cells.
Well, this one doesn't seem too hard as long as I can find the machines.
Really quickly, what do you guys think about expanding outside of horror games?
You mean on like the other games channel?
Yeah, except not awful and horrible in every way possible, like on the main channel.
I have zero clue what Aladdin was doing when he set that one up, because our voices sounded like they were cursed with permanent influenza.
Maybe if you started calling him by his name, he wouldn't treat you like a moldy soft pretzel.
Are we ever going to go back to the other games channel?
Barack, I really want you to think about that one.
The answer is no, Obama. I'd rather go through whatever fourth wall breaks we have here than talk like I got a melon growing in my stomach.
Rip to all the other games enthusiasts. Also, this seems way easier finding these things than turning the electricity back on.
So back to my question.
It depends. We have to talk to that thing whenever he gets back from vacation.
Anything but calling him by his name.
So once we do this, is that when Yarny shoots himself onto the scene?
Asking questions nobody knows the answer to.
I gotta stretch really quickly, so I'm hoping that little furry freak decided to take a nap.
For having whatever spidey sense this stuffed animal is supposed to have, he's really allowing us to bulldoze through this cavern.
So now we've been tasked to somehow find a way out of this steel production zone.
I think this will help us get past his barriers or something.
Can I use this thing at all? Guess not. Must only be certain types of chains you can hang off of.
Maybe we can rip the doctor's graphics card off with one of those things. That way he'll be stuck on Windows XP forever.
I feel like he'd function better on Windows XP.
I forgot how this was supposed to aid in us finding the doctor, but at least we got to spin some knobs.
Great work from the Playtime Corporation once again by making their factory also a toy.
You know, I'd probably blame the construction guy too, because what is this cable management?
Knowing how goofy the head staff are, I wouldn't doubt if they requested this.
Are we just getting dumber, or are these puzzles taking up a lot more time? I feel like I could have ran a 5-kilometer run while that was happening.
Yeah, but would you have?
That's why I'm saying could have. Doesn't mean I'm going to waste my precious energy. I got amino acids to conserve.
You can just say that you can't. No shame in that.
Well, guess who's going to learn how to run today?
This has to be our 4th time running from a monster. How are our legs not tired?
Does it look like I'm complaining?
You need to show him how to run a marathon, Obama.
I wonder how hungry this thing must be.
You think you can chase me down, Yarny? You got another thing coming. Do you think I ate healthy all those years for nothing?
Wait, that's a ledge, Obama.
You gotta jump for it.
Where do I go? Wait!
Oh, did we just fall into lava?
Now that I think about it, I think there was a chain up at the top that we missed.
Of course, you say that once it's your turn.
All right, so we're gonna follow the exact same footprint that Barack just had, and then we'll see what we gotta do.
It doesn't even sound like this little Tasmanian devil is even chasing us.
I think we just got a massive head start.
This was what the doctor said would be our downfall.
You got the chain?
Here we go.
No way this works out.
Now what?
Is there a door? Look
He's
for
right
a door.
there.
Use the hand, Joe.
I missed it. Okay, we're good.
Why is that thing making a
Wait,
bunch of
turn
noise?
around, Joe.
What the? What? No way that just happened.
He's burning.
He got caught on the chain?
Is it open?
Stop turning away, Joe.
How does it feel, you haunted dog toy? That's what you get for trying to tango with the world's best security guard and his sidekicks.
And you just ruined it.
Glad we won't have to worry about that thing anymore.
You're telling me.
Also, do I just go in this thing? I guess so.
This place's technology confuses me because why are there cryochambers in this place?
Oh, what the heck?
Lasers?
Don't you get tired of asking that question?
I hope you don't get tired of watching tapes, because we got another one piping hot.
I could do without the screen.
I need some help here!
Hoppy?
Watch the door! Watch the door!
What is happening right now?
There you go, bud. You're okay. Okay! Look at me! I'm a mess!
You're a toy, dog. You're cooked.
We were trying to bring supplies back up to the elevator, but we got jumped.
Well, it was going on for a while, at least.
They took everything we had. Right after one of them bit my leg.
How is he, Doc?
So there was 2 types of toys down here, I think.
Not too bad. He'll live.
What a drama queen.
Keep by clean. Could get infected otherwise.
Toy-on-toy violence.
So, what do we do now?
For starters, you two stay here tonight. Let things settle down outside. I'll find more food for you to bring up to play care.
Interesting.
When you're ready.
Thanks, Joey. Sorry we lost the supplies.
It's all your
It won't
fault.
happen again.
The important thing is you're both okay. Aside from that bite, that is. Hey, Doc, let me grab some wound cream for our pal here.
So as far as I'm noticing, they still have the same senses as they did when they were orphans.
You're telling me they had a whole civil war going on down here?
Referencing the third chapter, Dog Day did say that they tried to resist the prototype's control. He also said he was the last of the smiling critters, so Hoppy wasn't around for long.
Just seems like a giant war of attrition because everyone down here is mortal.
Oh, hey, Doey, what's going on?
This big old bread basket.
Oh, it's you! Is the doctor...
What do you think?
No, don't suppose he is then?
We did take down Yarny, though.
I've been here gathering parts for the generator. Lots.
What the?
Oh my goodness, was he enemies with Frozone?
Seems like the sort of trap Fred Jones would set up.
Hopefully this turns off the freezer fumes.
Hurts.
Okay, let's not overreact here. You didn't have a heart attack.
I mean, have you ever been frozen to death?
I wouldn't act like that.
It is impossible for me to get around here. Traps like this are everywhere.
You notice his voice sometimes?
It's the cold that hurts. The big mean doctor knows that.
We'll put him in his place, Doey. Don't you worry.
The world's best security guard doesn't just sit by without getting his hands dirty.
I don't know, I'd say they're pretty clean right now.
Yarny didn't eat them?
Ah, and here you are.
Here I am.
Just as I expected. It appears you are every bit what the prototype fears.
I'd fear me too if I had to go up against the world's best security guard.
Rare quality. And never noticed. Funny.
Who are we?
I can't say I remember seeing your face before.
The doctor doesn't know either.
Curious. Why come back?
I don't know.
It can't be that a vague letter was your only reason.
I guess I'm a fan of Nancy Drew.
Someone you loved here. Someone you'd lost.
Well, Donald lost Mom.
Shut up.
Was it the pain of not knowing for sure that brought you here?
Well, now, that has me thinking. If this man was supposed to be the eye in the sky, how come he doesn't know who we are?
It was never specified what type of employee we were. I mean, for all we know, we could have been the security guard for the front gate.
No wonder we're tearing this chapter in half.
Something tells me I shouldn't even ask for Doey's help on this one.
This doctor guy is a really interesting character because how do you end up as a Trojan virus in the first place?
Considering he was the head of special projects, I'm assuming that he inserted himself into a machine for reasons unknown.
Yeah, because the most sane people obviously want to benefit humanity by doing some psychopathic thing.
I don't think he wants to even benefit humanity. I mean, he seems like that type of guy to get really mad if someone messes up his fast food order.
I've seen you get mad as well. In fact, it happened about a week ago.
You're telling me you can stay calm if you order a burrito and they give you a bowl? I feel like it's pretty obvious.
My hand just touched some super glue back there.
You can literally customize your order the whole time. How is that situation not your fault?
Because I wasn't there, you ingot. I DoorDashed.
Is nobody going to talk about my hand?
Then don't DoorDash a Chipotle bowl, you Nimrod. How lazy can a man be?
Guys, we're supposed to be combating the stereotypes, not reinforcing them.
Well, looks like we at least made it to the next area, despite the domestic violence.
They got fake hands now? It's holding something, but it won't budge.
Wait, when did you and Joe switch places? It was Joe's turn.
My arthritis was starting to act up, so I gave the keyboard to Barack before the ice puzzle.
Well, you better take it back.
Donald, stop it.
There's no way it can be that big of a deal to you.
You know how big of a deal it is to me? That's how big of a deal it is to me.
How is this real?
Turn off RTX, Donald. Nobody wants to see that.
Not until Joe suffers like the rest of us.
Fine, I'll take it back. Just turn whatever that is off.
There you go. See, that wasn't so hard, was it?
I might die purposefully, though, because my hand still hurts.
This isn't a spectator sport. You're not in the audience.
Not yet, anyways.
The experiments killed everyone. Including whoever you came back for.
Can you let go of my hand?
Yes.
I'm not stupid,
Wait,
Sawyer.
he's freezing this place. We gotta get out of here.
Wait, what is he saying about Poppy?
And she... Oh, so innocent.
Sawyer, you literally trapped us in here. Why are you playing middleman all of a sudden?
I gotta get that hand off. What do I do?
Oh, look at that. Poppy did have something to do with the Hour of Joy.
Are we really that surprised? I mean, what's the name of the game?
Yes. That wouldn't surprise me.
While the doctor's been yapping, I already know what to do.
This bundle of cords is thinking I'm just going to drop on my knees and praise him. You're actively trying to freeze us, you ingot.
Now all I gotta... Wait, I gotta get the hand.
How is this guy still going on?
Oh, it attaches to the new hand? All right, it'll do the job.
Once they have choice, once they are free.
I really can't take this guy seriously.
What the... Is this not what I'm supposed to do?
Is there anything else we can do?
I don't think so. And now it's getting stuck to the floor.
This whole time, was he just yapping about his problems?
Hold on, let me see if the game is just bugged or something.
Well, that hand really loves the floor, concerningly so.
Wait a minute.
If this works, I'll do a little jig.
There we go. Yeah, it was just bugged.
Welp.
I feel assaulted.
Oh, and then we just got to take that and plug it in here.
Oh, goodness.
Are we charging a supercell or something?
It's doing something. Actually, it looks like whatever was in here just got evaporated.
It's safe to enter, right? Not trying to get shocked or anything.
We must have on some anti-static gloves.
To stand a charge like that, they must have been the gloves that held the Incredibles.
I never got that part. You're telling me Elastigirl couldn't just stretch out of it?
Kids movie, Donald.
You realize the futility of this, don't you?
How so?
If it was so futile, why were you freezing us like some Publix meat bags?
He must have a thing for duck.
Wait, this is a gas mask? Thanks, employee that's rotten.
Why does it have a temperature gauge on the side?
Looked like an oxygen level or something.
All right, so there's a diagram on the wall with numbers, and from that letter I just read, something tells me that we have to go around and figure out, well, something.
What do you mean, something?
I don't got it all figured out, but I'll probably piece it together after we explore a bit.
Is that a Lego stud?
Wait, that reset my oxygen to 60. Okay, so we're going to have to keep close tabs on that while we wander around these platforms.
Looks like our hand is stuck again.
Well, you know, I thought it came back and then it decided it was off to the Hidden Leaf Village.
For how much I like Chapter 4's dynamics, something about it just feels rushed in a way.
It's also just dry. The whole time during last chapter, there was a build in suspense the whole time because we were getting stalked by Catnap. Here, we're pillaging through a pile of bricks with a Dell laptop manipulating us.
Not really a problem for me, but I do feel a slight shift from the previous chapter. There's way more story. Oh.
Never mind, I guess they're setting the mood again.
About time. Last chapter, parts like Catnap and Home Sweet Home were really creepy. This prison is disturbing, but once you get used to it, it feels like playing through a TF2 map.
This should halt our complaining. We got another tape we can enjoy.
The sound of crying infants sure is enjoyable.
You were supposed to destroy Springtrap, not join him.
I didn't look at the title, so let's see what found footage we uncovered today.
It looks like he's waking up.
Dr. White?
Did this man get the Aunt May treatment?
What is this? Oh, no. They didn't. Those backstabbing traitors.
I guess so.
Sawyer, can you hear me?
White? White, is that you? Who else is in there with you? You enjoy watching me rise like one of them?
Samsung Head has a temper.
My head feels like it's split in two. This is wrong. You must have done something wrong.
Some disorientation is to be expected.
Who gave you the order? You spineless cowards. After all I've done for this project, for this company.
I gave the order, Sawyer.
This guy again.
Here. Of course it'd be you. You have no idea what kind of mistake you just made.
Oh, wow.
From where I'm sitting, you're the one who keeps making mistakes that need fixing. We gave you so many opportunities to clean up your own messes, but you just couldn't do it, could you?
Messes?
You think you can do better? Nobody else can do what I do. You need my knowledge
Humble, I see.
Sitting in there right now, and not in Boxy's stomach.
Boxy Boo reference.
Let me tell you how this is gonna go, Sawyer. From now on, you're here to give the lab boys answers when they need them, and carry out procedures when and how we tell you to. That's it.
Goodness.
You'll be an open book to us whenever we want. So fight, or give in, or whatever. Because either way, we own the infrastructure you're wired into.
You'll die for this, Leaf.
I felt that hatred.
When I get my hands on you, you're a dead man!
Dang!
His temper is a bad look for you, Harley.
Sawyer just got sunned by a man who probably eats bagel bites for breakfast.
You know that entire time my other hand has just been sticking itself in a vending machine.
No wonder I heard a conveyor belt throughout all that.
You're safe here.
Not if I'm wearing a gas mask. What's this? Oh, well, I did it.
For you, Timmy.
I think catnaps, cush clouds, are starting to seep through the cracks of our mask because there is nobody else here but us.
I think it's more impressive that Joe's been able to do this while being a one-armed Willie the entire time.
Who will be nice to you? Also, I need a restock on my oxygen now.
Is that why we keep hearing voices? I feel like every part of this game is a small fraction from a Black Mirror episode.
Cool, I'm all stocked up. You look like you've seen the beaches of Normandy stormed.
Going back to the tape about the doctor, they decided to turn him into a machine because he was causing some trouble.
Something tells me that Laith Pierre is going to be big trouble.
What are you thinking?
I'm not as hardcore, snot-nosed obsessed as Joe is about horror games, but it seems like every interaction with that guy is always something negative.
So what are you getting out of that?
The monitor just updated with some numbers, and that was after I found it in the Hedge maze. Okay, I think I know what I gotta do.
I know I just asked Donald this question, but what are you thinking, Joe?
I didn't even get to finish what I was saying.
So I think I gotta find every part here in that maze, and then using the anatomy board from earlier, we make some sort of code to put into that terminal. At least that's what I think. Work in progress, we'll see in a bit.
The wait wasn't that hard. Now you can go, Donald.
Eat a sock, you tarantula.
Okay, I don't think it's ever that serious.
I'm not a backup option just for my insight, a very wise insight to fall on deaf ears.
And I'm not a tarantula because you haven't gone to the bathroom yet.
What does that even mean?
Seems like you already know.
Elite reference game, Barack.
In other news, I have to go to this wedding, and I'm not looking forward to it.
What wedding?
Some relatives from faraway land or whatever it's called. Somewhere in Europe, I know that.
You don't know where your relatives are from?
I have to keep track of 1,000 people, Joe. I'm lucky to remember where you guys are from, and I still don't even know that.
Anyways, why don't you want to go?
Weddings are a waste of time. You sit there for 2 hours waiting for random people to walk down the aisle, and then you have to pretend to be happy for a couple that rushed into a marriage and will likely divorce.
Besides your 3, what other weddings have you been to?
You don't have to remind me of the first 2, but I've been to plenty of weddings, many weddings.
As many divorces, too.
Watch your mouth.
Things don't go right with Melania, and you'll be Ross Geller.
I said watch your mouth, Obama. Don't make me say anything about your marriage.
What do you have to say about my marriage?
You're playing with fire on that one, Barack.
These puzzles take up some time, don't they?
Something that it stepped up from the last chapter is the difficulty of the puzzles. I understood this after a while, but on top of searching through everything in that maze, no wonder this was charted as a 4 to 6 hour experience.
Geez, we've already been here for 3 hours.
And half of that time, our other hand has been doom scrolling.
That is a really good point, Donald. I solved this entire maze as an amputee.
If a one-armed Andy can fight monsters of atrocity, then I think Dr. Robotnik is smarter than this guy.
All right, so what's the move now?
Is this thing broken?
Is that another wire teleporting to the land of Asgard?
There's no way the game broke again.
It is a tad bit frustrating, but I guess that's what we get for playing it early. Besides, I think I'm going to need our second hand now that we're out of puzzle mode.
You tried to freeze me. I'm not going to be your pal after all that.
My experiments hurt us.
I got to resubmit this code.
Do you think Poppy cares about you?
Probably not.
She'd sacrifice you for an instinct if she believed it meant getting what she wants.
Talk all you want, I'm still going to hit a saucy dance once I overheat your power supply.
Only difference.
Is it bugging out again?
Would not be surprised.
There we go.
What does this even do? Oh!
I think it just hurt the doctor somehow.
It says he's still talking, but there's no dialogue or anything. I think I cut him off.
Serves him right for trying to play off this psychological narrative like he didn't try to turn us into ice cubes.
If I'm not mistaken, there was a brain in there or some sort of organ. I doubt we just turned him off, but we've been doing something.
Ah! You stupid rat! Shouldn't you be in a sewer or a police precinct?
Well, if anything, that at least woke us up from the past hour of code dialing.
Stop being so positive and stampede that rat like it's Black Friday.
You know, the doctor does seem to be failing at manipulating us, but if you think how all of these toys down here had the minds of children, it was probably way easier for him to manipulate.
I just think he's a stupid smartboard that's gotten a little mind of his own. Nobody seems to like him. His own company made him into a computer chip.
I wonder what he must have done to where they saw no other option available but to stick him into a virtual machine.
I think I remember Laith Pierre talking about the doctor not being able to clean up his own messes or something.
Oh, yeah, now I remember.
And they probably weren't wrong. Like, why is he laughing?
He's a creep, that's why.
Wait a minute.
What's up?
Oh, this burnt modem.
What?
He tampered with my hand.
Are you serious?
Maybe this was why you were put into a wizard box, you medical quack.
He seems to be a smarter antagonist by trying to disable us.
We literally just got 2 hands back. Why did you take it away?
I do admit this was a bit overkill.
What? Did we just get shocked? I'm not an animatronic in sister location.
Great, he put us in a gladiator arena.
No, what is that?
Guess we found our new enemy.
So we got to get out of here or what?
I'm gonna try. Oh,
Did that thing just puke on you?
I think it slows you down.
You're right, I'm not running fast anymore.
Let's think here. What do we got to do to get out of this?
Start calling the doctor names until he stops.
Okay, there's battery packs around here and some switches. We probably have to activate all the cords to trigger a door opening or something.
As long as we don't get spit on again, I'm down for whatever.
Do I take this battery out? No, I don't.
Is that thing still... Never mind then. It looks dead.
I'm not the sharpest knife in the backpack, but isn't it supposed to be moving?
I don't know what else it would be doing. Oh, wait a minute.
That thing bugged out, didn't it?
That stupid sheep bugged out? How?
Do you guys want me to restart it?
Quite frankly, I kind of just want to stop playing right now because this whole game has been a buggy mess. We've had 3 game-breaking glitches in the past 5 minutes.
I wouldn't call this game-breaking, but it does kind of make it hard to invest into the game.
I don't know when this will be posted or edited, but we're playing this right after it released. So for anybody out there wondering why these bugs are still in the game, they probably fixed it.
This opinion may change later on, but I'm liking Chapter 3 way more than Chapter 4. It's like they took a step back in the quality and the atmosphere to stuff as much story as they could.
Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love all the moving parts with the lore, but it is decently annoying having to restart to a checkpoint every 5 minutes.
A bit of this is probably our fault as well for not giving the game some time to receive some patches. Half of these things we're experiencing will probably be fixed by tomorrow or something.
Everybody was probably expecting a really tense moment here, and they're just getting the back-in-my-day conversations.
Let's be real. They were going to get that anyways. It just depended on the timing.
All right, can we finally go through now?
Only took forever.
You're taking the moral high road.
And we're back to this.
Dear friend, let me illuminate for you an obvious truth.
I just want to leave.
Survival necessitates choices. Difficult choices.
Is that so?
This one is yours. If you want to leave this room, it'll come at a cost.
You want us to what?
It's this little life or yours. You know what you have to do.
What do you gain from this, Sawyer?
Light is pulled, and you snuff whatever minuscule bit of light still flickers behind those faraway eyes.
You would do this.
That brutish glob of clay would do it.
He would just slip through the cracks.
It's your mission. The door will open. Or is maintaining the veil of your morality more important? Act quickly.
He's literally not giving us a choice.
Oh my gosh.
You do understand. Good. Come now. Let's see which of us beasts of burden Destiny favors.
Joe, give me the keyboard.
Have it.
Here's where you went wrong, Sawyer.
Tell him.
You already messed up when you tangoed with the world's best security guard. You're already dead.
And it gets worse.
But now I'm coming at you like the Bay Harbor butcher.
And you know what they say about him, Sawyer?
Sawyer doesn't know what night it is.
Well, I'll be glad to tell him. Tonight's the night.
And here we go again.
Off somewhere. Far. Beyond this place. Beyond any place.
Not your grave, 'cause it's right here.
For whom does it all?
Well, we respawn, so...
Wounded little pup lifts his head beneath the shadow of the master's raised foot.
Check this guy's incognito searches.
Does that bell now toll?
I'm glad you're kind of self-aware because I'm about to corrupt your hard drive.
Show him what we're really about.
Oh.
Danger Will Robinson. What the?
This thing controls other
And
computers?
he throws me.
Well, I assumed he could. He's controlled everything before.
And we just got locked in a jail cell. You're a snowflake, Sawyer.
He wants us to grab some battery packs or something?
I actually think he wants to bury us down here. These things just seem to be fail-saves.
Sawyer, I don't know what I gotta do, but best believe that I'm gonna do it just to see you fall.
Lock in, Donald.
Okay, so we go out here. What the?
Oh, don't tell me there's computer men running around this place.
I don't care what these things are. Once I figure out what to do, I'm sending these things back to Skibidi Toilet.
Why did you... You know what? Just focus, Donald.
Is this the battery? Perfect. Now I just need to figure out how to get back to the circuit area and fry this guy sky high.
Remember, we got those cyborgs running around, so don't try to get back there too fast.
It doesn't look like all of them are on, from what I saw.
This one is, so we gotta go back the other way.
Don't tell me they're all...
Couldn't even finish the sentence.
That means the shields are nothing to me.
Neither were your organs.
Fantasy of a naive, broken man.
Shut up already.
They won't serve you here. Nothing can.
Neither can your Dell laptops, and of course they spawn right beside me.
This doesn't seem that scary. It's just the manic running of the computers that kind of spooks you.
You gotta stop that, Obama.
Sorry, I got really bad timing.
Oh my...
How does it keep
Obama.
happening?
I'm sorry, I don't know how it keeps happening.
This is when they decide they all want to wake up. Is that all you can do, Harley? Work on a peer-to-peer connection?
For being the doctor, he seems like he's really bad at putting together competent equipment.
Myself so far down that no one will ever find me.
You're such a beta.
Not you, not the prototype, not anyone.
You can cause all of these problems, but as soon as they start to bite you, all you can do is run away?
It's a crazy comparison to make, but I'm starting to think William Afton himself had more decency and class than you.
Not the time to get distracted. I think you have 1 or 2 more batteries to go. Let's just get to that point and see what happens.
Where are they even at? Not the time, you Mac computer.
At least I didn't summon that one.
Of course, they're all turning on now.
Just need one last battery.
Of course. That one even beat me.
I'm surprised we just don't have an insta-death screen, but I guess they thought it would be too hard.
I'm glad. All of these things are coming alive for no reason. Which ones can he turn on and can't?
I think it's the one with yellow glow. I don't know if it's coordinated, but try to stay out of their sight.
Nice try,
There
buddy.
we go.
Donald, do you see what they're doing here?
I'm already reading the playbook. Once I get this battery, they're all gonna turn on and we gotta slide back into the base.
And don't look back either.
I hope you've said your final words, Sawyer, because I'm sawing that motherboard in half.
Look at what I said. They're all
gonna
turning
block
on.
us in at this
I'm
rate.
not letting you win this, Sawyer. Send all of NVIDIA stock if you want, and I'll just send it crashing down.
Donald, make references after we're safe.
Here we go.
Where do we put it at?
Right here.
It was going to be mine.
What was?
It was all going to be mine.
Just stop it.
My discovery, my recognition.
All this in the name of work?
You're a wannabe Twilight Zone cyberpunk character that I'm gonna short circuit once I come up there.
Is this the right way to go?
You're too little too late, Sawyer. All of this hype and all that had to exterminate you was McAfee.
That's the machine,
You know
right?
what to do,
Hasta la
Donald.
vista, Sawyer.
Now get out of there, Donald. It might
Look at the
explode.
circuits, Donald.
Get
Move.
wrecked, you Best Buy trash bin.
No way he's not dead.
They're still chasing after me.
We should be good.
That's how you take down a boss.
Get out of here, Timu Springtrap.
Clap it up, everybody.
Saved.
That's where you're wrong, Sawyer. I saved us from dealing with your synthesized voice module.
Wow, the game should almost be done then if we just beat the main boss.
This is the fabled Omni Hand? We better be able to perform open-heart surgery with this thing.
Can't wait to see what goes horribly wrong at the end of all this.
And we've been playing for so long, too.
Where's Obama at?
Oh, hey, Donald. Barack said he would be a bit late today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
What's up?
Last week, you talked a great deal about death.
Yeah, what about it?
Was everything you said true?
Well, I really don't know how to answer that.
Why is that?
Well, who doesn't think about death? You do, Barack does, my wife does, all the American people do. It's not a unique concept that's exclusive only to me.
That's a given. I've pondered life, all of life, by the way. But do you really think of it in a half-glass, empty sort of way?
I hate to say it, but it's almost completely empty for me.
Yeah, same here.
Maybe that's just the old man talking, but even on sunny days, the clouds seem to get darker.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. It's, yeah, I get it.
It's easier for you to understand. Barack has quite the time left before he has to consider any of that.
Right. Well, truthfully speaking, very truthfully, see, I didn't know that it bothered you, really. So, I guess I'm sorry.
Hey, sorry for being late. Michelle needed help with something. What did I miss?
Nothing? Nothing at all.
Yeah, it's nothing, Barack. Let's just get to the game.
4 days until the party.
Are we back playing as Little Orphan Annie? Why am I not surprised?
You know he is hiding again.
Are Ronald McDonald and Grimace playing 7 Minutes in Heaven or something?
What are you even talking about?
Just smile and wave, Joe. Smile and wave.
Well, some clown is laughing, and Joe's right here.
He won't stop until you find him.
Donald, you have on as much makeup as a stripper on Broadway.
Or a hooker in Manhattan.
Or a part-timer for both.
Both sounds about right.
Is that the mangle?
It might just be a broken ceiling fan.
So the mangle.
Whatever it is we're supposed to go over there. Whatever that means.
Can we talk about why Yogi Bear's piss cousin is in every room of this house?
The owners must be a big fan of the restaurant.
This is like Disney superfan level of creepy.
Did you really expect anything else from this chain?
Somewhat. Oh.
Who is that, and why are you crying again?
That clearly scared him.
Tomorrow is another day.
Can we return this kid to the nursery? It must be defective or something.
Fun with Plush Trap? Hold control to use flashlight. Use flashlight to stop Plush Trap on the X to skip 2 hours on the next night?
That means you have to be quiet to let Barack hear the footsteps, Don.
I can do that.
Then shut up. These footsteps are easier to hear.
Smaller environment, too.
It's still soft. Those crickets are louder than anything.
Can I talk now?
No, I flashed too early because of you.
What a load of crap.
How is he not moving?
His footsteps are very distinct.
Well, there he moved.
Yeah, I didn't notice, Don. Got him!
Nice, Barack. Good job. That shaved off 2 hours of the next night.
So can we choose when to skip it? Like if we get to 4 a.m., can we skip to 6?
No, you can't choose. As you can see by the time, it applies to the beginning of the night.
I'll take it either way. That's 2 less hours that I have to play through.
As a reminder, Donald, we'll mainly want to stay quiet so Barack can focus.
Are you serious? That's so boring. Very boring.
It's okay, Joe. I'll just turn the volume all the way up.
Suit yourself, I suppose. We could always just hand Donald some duct tape, like given to the homeless.
Is that what we do with our tax dollars, too? Just give them out to random people begging?
Yeah, because our foreign assistance equates to random nobodies.
Everybody first but the USA. That's your guy's motto. Probably why we've shoveled out billions to Ukraine and Taiwan to fight their battles for them.
Don't start that. It was necessary for Ukraine to receive humanitarian, financial, and military support.
And by doing so, you made enemies with longtime friend Russia.
Don, you know what would happen if Putin won in Ukraine. We would be going down the rabbit hole with another world war, this time in nuclear fashion.
Joe, that's happening regardless. Do you not see China's interest in Taiwan? They have not forgotten what happened at the end of World War II.
I think we're all very well aware of that, but the reason why assisting Ukraine is necessary is to discourage China from doing the same to Taiwan. While Ukraine and Russia are primarily the only forces fighting, all of NATO is aiding relief to Ukraine. You don't think the dictator of China is aware of that?
I think he's very aware, but it's not affecting him the way you think it is. You have to understand that communist dictators do not care about the citizens they oversee. They care about the dynasty that they shape. Hitler, Stalin, and Mussolini were like that.
Gotcha.
Kim, Putin, and Xi are like that too. Do you really think any of these men will back down from their sacred honor just because the whole world is against them?
I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but I'll assume Donald's losing an argument.
At least I can speak up to my wife.
Good thing he couldn't hear that.
I also could have been lying about not being able to hear, but who knows?
I don't take back. Wait a minute.
I'm starting to get familiar with the audio in this game, but there seems to be a new sound now.
What do you mean?
I can't put my finger on it exactly, but it sounds like someone or something is running back and forth.
Well, you should know that there is a reason for those new footsteps.
I doubt they're from Bonnie or Chica. I already think I know what they sound like.
Their footsteps sound like they're walking in steel-toe boots.
What did I say about being quiet?
You guys are literally talking. How is it any different when I talk?
Because you put Fred Flintstone out of a job when it comes to screaming.
Well, yabba dabba doo, I hope you swallow a razor blade and die.
Exhibit A.
How? I wasn't even that loud. Now you guys are just crying liberal tears.
You say as you scream your head off like a banshee.
Maybe if I wasn't getting accused here like I was.
Shut the hell up, Don. I think I just heard footsteps close to me.
Nope, looks like you're good for now.
Wow, you're telling me Obama was wrong. Color me pink. I didn't think I would see the day.
You might actually complain more than my wife. It's impressive.
Might want to check on that.
Okay.
Close the door. Keep it closed until he's a plushie.
Foxy hiding in the closet, staring at a child. What does that say about liberal agendas?
Why is he just a hook now?
That's the phase that he's in. The closer he is to an animatronic, the closer he is to attacking you.
And when he's a plushie, he's not close at all, right?
Right, he'll never fully leave the closet, but you can keep him as a plushie.
That's breathing. Bonnie got here pretty quick.
I still can't get over that Foxy business. Somebody call Chris Hansen.
Don, be serious for a second. It's 5 a.m. and I'm really trying to get out of here alive.
I don't know if I said this before, but you're doing a fine job right now, Barack. Keep it up, and this game will turn out like FNAF 2.
Slurp him off harder, Joe. He's just going back and forth to 2 separate doors. No need to praise him like Prince.
Bonnie used you like floss. I don't want to hear it.
I was thinking more like a toilet brush.
Man, speaking of Bonnie, he's back here humping my door.
Just what I needed to see in my head. Bonnie in a jockstrap, getting jiggy with the wall art.
What?
Pretty sure that's just you, man.
And Saved by the Bell.
Good job, Barack.
I wish this was the alarm to my actual life, because I cannot imagine a universe where that needed to be said, Donald.
Don't blame me. You were the one talking about humping.
3 days until the party.
Counting down to doomsday, everybody.
You're not wrong.
Does this kid do anything else but cry?
He left without you. He knows that you hate it here. You are right beside the exit. If you run, you can make it.
This kid has the balls of a chipmunk. He's not going anywhere.
Hurry, run toward the exit.
Better get running then.
That's not good.
This kid kind of earned his death.
It's too late. Hurry the other way and find someone who will help. You know what will happen if he catches you.
Who is that? Purple guy got put in the haycock already. I thought we were over with this.
You can find help if you can get past them. You have to be strong.
Like that'll ever happen.
And you're right, because he's crying again.
Seriously? You can't even run without crying?
Tomorrow is another day.
I really hope not. Is this one of the kids that gets stuffed in the suits? I'm starting to regret getting the good ending in FNAF 3.
So you're wishing death upon a kid all because he was crying?
What? No! Maybe.
Today's the day we're beating the game.
What's with the overbearing confidence? Did Jill pop a Tylenol in your denture water?
That or a Pepto-Bismol.
Because I'm livid that it's been 2 entire recording sessions and we're stuck on the same night.
You're the FNAF concierge. Why haven't you done what Michael Jackson said and start with the man in the mirror?
That's what I'm doing. No more Mr. Nice Guy.
I don't like the way you said that.
What are you going to do? Panty raid a playground?
I've been avoiding certain strategies solely due to how effectively boring they are. But now I don't care anymore. I'm pulling out the big guns.
Nothing's more American than guns, after all.
All right, now it's time to get to work.
So what does this secret strategy include, Joe?
So what I'll do is I'll seal this vent that leads directly to our office, and then I'll keep him locked back to Cam 10. That way, he has absolutely no real way of getting to us.
Ah, I see. Smart.
I thought of that too. I just concluded that it was too much of a cop-out for me. I like doing things the right way, like building a better America.
There's just so many holes in that statement. It's like Swiss cheese. No need for me to poke any more in there.
Obama, I don't want to hear a word from you after you put the American people in detriment.
Oh, that's rich. Name one thing I did that sabotaged any citizens.
Well, for you, this nation works on the corner because you allow anybody and everybody into it.
America is a free country. You're just going to reject the immigrants that came over from their war-torn countries?
The countries that you sparked a war against?
You guys are really starting off on the hot seats today.
That hot seat must have caught Donald's pants on fire for how much of a liar he is.
Liar? You think I'm lying?
Don't deny that. You clearly do.
Well, yeah, I'm human, but I'm not lying about this. Obama, I don't know if you're getting secondhand dementia from Joe, but you were the person to lift the HIV travel ban. Do you know how many people you've allowed in this country with life-threatening STDs?
Yeah, I forgot you have problems with people that have other issues other than being too rich.
That has nothing to do with it. It's the fact that you've endangered plenty of the nation's people with that decision. And you've let this country become the capital of degeneracy. Anyone is hooking up with anyone and causing this horrible spread of disease.
Incredibly ironic coming from you, Don.
Hello.
Oh, damn it.
We were supposed to react faster, Joe. Now, Springtrap is flying through the facility.
Back to what you said, Don, saying I'm human just voids you from all hypocrisy. Is that right?
Pretty much. Isn't that the whole point of saying that sentence?
Infallible logic once again, Don.
Yeah, I should just hand over my Nobel Peace Prize now. It's embarrassing to have been compared to the likes of you.
Glad you agree.
Something tells me he's going to be right there. I must be psychic.
Well, there went your big plan. Might as well just pull your pants down and hit the moonwalk. That might hold him off.
Stop putting things in my mind that I don't want to visualize.
That was only step one, Donald. I still have another trick up my sleeve, even for this situation.
Oh? Do tell, Sleepy Joe.
Well, first, I'm going to try to lure him to Cam 2, and I don't think it worked.
So what now?
Do you remember how we have a camera at the bottom? It's not just for show. If Springtrap is at the doorframe, you can actually lure him away by playing an audio at Cam 1.
So let me ask, why didn't you do any of this when it was your turn?
You guys would have noticed what I would have done, and it would have been a lot easier to breeze through the game. I wanted it to be more challenging for you guys so you could possibly figure out a strategy on your own.
So what I'm getting at here is that you purposefully hid information from us and allowed us to struggle, which is why we're in this situation now. Are you serious?
No, that's a separate sentence entirely. He just wanted us to figure it out for ourselves.
Just simple problem solving, Don.
We spent an eternity and a half on this night. I don't mind persevering through some difficult moments, but this is ridiculous.
If it makes you feel any better, this isn't a money-back guarantee that this method works. Everything is still up to chance. This is just another gun in the holster.
I still got absolutely cock-blocked from knowing anything about this.
That's nothing new for you.
Ah! Damn, Foxy's jump scare is the worst.
Don't choke now. It's 4 a.m. and I'm really trying to move past this night already.
You say that like you've done any of the workload.
You say that as if you did any more.
More than you. See, even Springtrap agrees.
All right, remember how he was already at the window? You can bounce him back from the window and Cam 1 if you do it efficiently enough.
What about getting him back to Cam 2?
He typically moves past the window by the time you have the camera pulled up, making it almost impossible to lure him to Cam 2. I'll still try just to show you how it would work. Or he just stands there. Never had that one before.
Is there any way that we can drag it out? Of course, as soon as I say something.
All is not lost. We can still hold him to Cam 1. However, I'm not going to reboot the camera system because we already know where he is. Time is of the essence right now.
What if he tries to sneak up behind the camera and jump scare from the desk?
We can't have the camera up for too long, otherwise we're putting ourselves in jeopardy.
So we just sit here?
Pretty much. It's already 5 a.m. We just need to bleed the clock.
Oh, damn. It is 5. You cruised through this night, Joe.
You're counting chickens before they're hatched, Obama. Joe still has to pass the finish line, and I don't think he's had his daily nap yet.
Don, maybe one day you'll get a better insult list than Joe liking kids or falling asleep.
You get turned on by Toy Chica. Your opinion is irrelevant.
Ow!
Don, what the hell?
Did your body just make a Minecraft sound?
That's not the point. Why the hell did you hit me?
For spreading lies. You know how much I hate fake news.
Yeah, but is that really fake news?
You want a piece of this too?
Oh, please. You probably hit like a wet fart.
Barack's right. The sting of the slap is still there, but it's not like it actually hurt. And it looks like we have to take our chances. Get out of here! Too easy!
Let's go, Joe!
I bet I could have done that too if I knew about the...
Shut up!
I forgot, in Joe Biden's America, you don't have access to the First Amendment.
Can't you just be grateful about anything?
Listen, I'm still happy that Joe didn't take a snooze at the wheel, but I'm just saying that I should have known more going into that night.
Is Foxy going to share the same fate as the rest?
You guessed it. but I actually want to show you guys something too.
Oh?
So if I stand at the edge over here and then hurry to the other room, the minigame breaks and Purple Guy comes from the wall.
Is that our reminder that he's an omnipotent being sent to torture us?
I will not confirm nor deny that.
Hey, Joe?
What is it?
Remember our conversation the other day when we recorded Poppy Playtime?
Which one? You talked a lot during that session.
And every other session, too.
The one where we talked about who would win in a fight, me or Huggy Wuggy?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. My answer hasn't changed, if that's what you were wondering.
I didn't expect it to, but that's not what I'm getting at here. Fight to the death. Who would win, me or Springtrap?
Springtrap.
Why, what the? I wasn't even talking to you, Obama.
I don't need your permission to talk. And be realistic here. Do you really expect to win against that thing? He's built like a Tonka truck. You're not moving that.
I have to agree with Barack, but for other reasons. His physical characteristics are certainly fearsome, but there's other qualities that make him so difficult to take down. I wasn't joking when I said he could literally be in the SCP containment facility.
Well, since you keep knobbing this guy off, let's throw you two in there. All three of us versus Springtrap. Winner takes all.
2 senior citizens and their caretaker trying to take out an 8-foot-tall killing machine. I want you to plug in the numbers on that equation, Don.
Oh, come on, really? It's a 3 versus 1. You can't tell me that we wouldn't have the advantage.
I can't move that much to fight. My bones are like pretzel pieces at this point.
Well, I appreciate the honesty, but that shouldn't be a problem. You could attack from the front.
And what happens if he snaps my neck?
All's well that ends well.
Geez, thanks, I guess.
But that wouldn't happen. Obama would hop on his back to restrain him from moving too much. You would hold him in the front, and then I would jump into his legs to knock him down. Once he's on the floor, we just dismember him.
Uh-huh.
You really thought all of this out, didn't you?
Now tell me that wouldn't work.
That wouldn't work.
If I'm in front of Springtrap, what happens to me when you tumble into his legs?
Like I said, all's well that ends well.
Well, if we ever cross paths with a weird entity in real life, the first thing I'm running from is you.
And he's staying there.
Boy, you cannot catch a break with Foxy, can you?
He's your favorite for a reason, Joe. You must be his favorite, too.
After FNAF 2 and now this, I'm really starting to debate that. I can also tell you who's not my favorite.
Is Balloon Boy really anybody's favorite?
He's lucky I didn't put him on a bounty board.
Now that I'm thinking of it, who's your guys' favorite animatronics?
I think mine might be Freddy. What about you, Don?
You think I have a favorite of these metal alloys?
That's secret code for Toy Chica. Are you... Don, is it too late to reconsider adding Balloon Boy to your hit list?
With that tasteless joke, you're lucky I don't add you to my hit list.
What's the point? You already hit him.
All right, so things are looking really good right now. We still have Springtrap in the corner, and it's 4 o'clock. If we keep at this rate, we'll beat it first try.
That would be absolutely amazing, considering how troubling Night 4 was.
Yeah, no kidding. This strategy really is overpowered.
That's why I avoided using it for so long, because it really took the challenge out of it. When you got the formula down for the previous games, there was still a huge difficulty ahead of you. While it's still difficult to beat Night 5 in this game, it's nowhere near as present as the others.
Yeah, I can see those words come to life. You're cutting through the night so effortlessly now.
Again, all I needed was this information, and the world's best security guard would have beaten every night on the first try.
Well, now I can't find Springtrap right when it hit 5 a.m. Okay then.
Wasn't that the puppet?
Yeah, for some reason he didn't trigger. Not that I'm complaining.
I really don't want to see that hairless oaf invade my personal space anyways, so a win's a win.
I'm honestly shocked you didn't segue that insult onto Joe in any way.
Now, Barack, you know he's just going to use that as an idea now, right? Damn it, not now.
Oh, come on.
Great, a staring contest for the win.
Leave already, you crackhead mime.
At least that made him leave, but I have no idea where Springtrap is now.
This is how we lose Night 5, isn't it? A tall, pale man stares at our soul and causes us to die. And we're not even in the Bronx or anything.
Shut up, Don. Just let Joe do his thing.
It's okay, guys. We still got this under control. Just like that, baby.
Hell yeah, Joe.
That's how a president does it.
This game didn't know what hit it.
You outright bullied that night.
Yeah, you showed up and shipped it out. Wait, what's going on?
Didn't we do all the animatronics?
I could have swore we did. Maybe it's counting gold. What the hell?
What's happening?
Are we a child?
A dead child, if you can inference off of the things that have happened in the game.
I'm still confused. Are we the ghost of the children that have died?
Well, you're used to what the sprites look like. You can figure it out.
That answers your question, Obama.
And we're just going to go in here, and here we go.
Whoa.
The whole ghost gang pulled up.
Are they gonna kill Purple Guy?
Get him. Put him in the dirt.
You were all big and mighty when it came to kids. Now you're fighting someone your own size.
Rip his balls off. What is he doing?
He got in the suit?
Yeah, that's really going to protect you from ghosts.
And now he's laughing. What the?
Well, hot damn.
What just happened?
He got in the rabbit suit, and it made him bleed.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call karma.
The ghosts are fading away.
Purple Guy taken out and the kids are at peace. Name a better end to a game.
Wow, that was really the end, huh? Wait, bad ending?
How do we get a bad ending? The Purple Guy literally met his end.
Yeah, but did you notice what type of suit he got into?
A yellow rabbit. Why do you ask?
Where else do you see a yellow rabbit throughout anywhere in the entire game series?
We don't see one, do we? We only have Bonnie. There's no yellow rabbit anywhere else.
Sometimes things that you don't think exist can hide in plain sight.
Wait a minute. It can hide in plain sight or right on the damn menu screen.
What?
Don, what color is Springtrap?
No fucking way. No fucking way you're telling me that Springtrap and the Purple Guy are the same person.
How, though? He died in the cutscene. How is he still alive?
To sum it all up, in the phone tapes that were recorded, the phone guy was basically saying that there was a back room that wasn't tracked on the cameras. This back room held a spring-locked suit named Spring Bonnie, and it was for people to wear and perform for the kids. However, it became dangerous because those springs could lock straight through the person's body.
So how does that relate to the Purple Guy?
Basically, the Purple Guy killed those kids and stuffed them into the animatronics. However, the spirit of those kids came back to life and haunted the Purple Guy and got into the suit for protection. This backfired and the spring locks triggered, causing him to technically die.
So this isn't even an animatronic, it's just a pathetic human being.
Why did we get the bad ending then?
While Purple Guy died, the souls still aren't put to rest. Throughout the nights, there are other things we have to do to help soothe the souls of those kids. That's how we get the good ending. We also have Nightmare Mode, which is the 6th night. Whichever we do first is up to you guys.
So we have to play through the entire game again, or the hardest difficulty.
Maybe Purple Guy's fate is not so bad.